All right, guys, welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to the stream. Thank you all so much for waiting patiently for the intro to finish up. I hope everybody's doing well on this Monday. It is February 2nd, and the chat is immediately unhinged. Guys, take a moment and hit the like button, okay? If you want to help the channel out, if you want to help the stream, if you appreciate this content, and all you can do is take a moment and hit that like button, just know it helps more than you know. So thank you. Yeah, we have a couple of topics we're going to be talking about today. Mr. Benidorm, what's going on, man? Rich is already losing it in the chat. Rich is on patrol. Mac 2... Oh boy. Oh boy. It's gonna be a wild one today. Ray, what is going on, man? Sinai, appreciate you all joining me. Yep. So, about that state of play, any day now. Come on, Sony, any day now. No, we're going to be talking about the PlayStation 5 Pro and the upcoming PSSR update and how it seems to be right around the corner. It's going to be really interesting to see how this is rolled out and, more importantly, what it does for PS5 Pro enhanced games. We're going to be talking about the fact that, it's February 2026. Rich is going to like this one. You ready? Rich is going to like this. And the Xbox console is dead. And Sony is still locking down timed exclusives. So we're going to talk about that because it seems like some people are a little bit surprised to find out that Neo 3, which just had a demo released on PS5, it's being reported that it is a minimum 6-month timed exclusive. And we're seeing Sony do this more and more. They did this with Neo 3. And not that long ago, we found out that they also locked down Phantom Blade Zero as I think 1 year timed exclusive. So Sony's still locking down these deals, and I want to have a conversation about that, why we think that is, because we thought, well, I think it was an accurate thought, Sony only did this because of Xbox, right? It was to prevent games from going to Xbox, but here we are. They're still doing it. So we'll talk about that. And there's also a new mysterious listing on the PlayStation Store for something involving wallet funds, and it's published by Sony. It says it's officially announced, but the release date is to be determined, and so this has caused quite a bit of speculation. People are now wondering what exactly this is. And again, the timing of this, I think, is fascinating because we just heard that Sony's going to be doing a state of play in like a week and a half or so. So this could be something that they're going to announce there. And we'll have discussions about other things along the way as well. Clark, what is going on? My God, this cat, he really, he just appears, bro. He just like comes out of nowhere. Like when Boss rolls up, when any other cat rolls up, I know that they're coming, but he just sneaks up on me, man. Clark's here to say hi. The Clark tax is in effect. Rich, I think Clark would match your energy. Yeah, he's crazy. PlayStation should be the only place to play. Xbox must die. Dillo, what's going on, man? That's interesting, MacTube. You're saying they want to make sure Xbox doesn't get any momentum and draw people to PlayStation. Smart move. Honestly, I'm not sure it has much to do with Xbox, I think it actually has to do with Nintendo, but we'll get into that conversation in a little while. For those of you just filing in, thank you for joining me. Please take a moment and hit that like button. Sony has always wanted PlayStation to be the best and first place to play. Cats can teleport, apparently. Clark does seem like he teleports. He's easily the most agile cat. I have 4 cats. He's the most agile. He's the most muscular. I mean, Boss might be, I don't know. I mean, even though Clark is small, he's just like raw muscle, dude. He's got like no fat on his body. He's a lean, mean, teleporting machine. He's an alley cat. Yeah, he's got that build. The other Neo series is not on Xbox, though. That is true. Yeah. So that's why I think it's maybe not surprising. I was under the impression that Neo 3 was just, you know, basically choosing to skip Xbox. The mustache is more pronounced on my face today. I wonder why that is. I'm kind of noticing that too. Yeah, I don't know. I guess it grew in a little bit thicker overnight. You know how it is. I got that testosterone. Tarnished, what is going on? Too Stoned to Talk says, I saw your post about Spider-Man yesterday. I'm barely playing it. Might be the first game in a while. I enjoy doing random encounters. Yeah, so guys, I got to tell you this funny story. It's not really that funny, but it's still worth telling. It's a short one. I platinumed Mafia the Old Country, I think 2 days ago, 1 day ago. And in that time, I was thinking about trying to get another quick platinum. I was having this thought of like, I just want to get a quick platinum, you know, something really fast. And I was looking all around at all these different games. And I'm like, I'm not going to play some trash shovelware game just to get a platinum. Not like that. I just mean a quality game, something decent, but something that I can platinum very quickly. And I thought, okay, well, let me go check my trophy list. Surely there are a few games that I played a while ago, got some trophies for, and are close to being finished. And there was just sitting right there, Spider-Man Remastered. But the shocking thing is it had like 95% completion. I only needed 3 more trophies. And I'm like, what? And the only trophies that I needed were to just beat the final chapter or like Act 3. So I basically had like 4 missions left. And I was just staring at it. I'm like, when did I do this? I don't recall playing this much. I do recall playing Spider-Man Remastered. I do not recall playing it to the point where I only needed 3 more trophies. And the fact that I walked away from it, from a platinum, and I only needed 3 trophies, which were super easy, just finish the last 4 missions. So I was shocked to find that. And so I immediately installed it. And this morning, I got the platinum for Spider-Man Remastered. And that is now platinum number 56. But I just couldn't believe that. I'm like, bro, what caused me to walk away from it? I did get Mortal Kombat's platinum in December. Hold on, let me second here. MacTube says, MBG, this platinum addiction is getting concerning. It's like a drug. It is, but I'm enjoying it, MacTube. Don't bring me down. Don't bring me down. Rich Rod says, MBG is so rude. The Rich Rod tax is in effect. Guys, listen, before we dive into any of these topics, I want to once again thank you for joining me. Make sure you hit that like button. We're almost at 50 likes. But if you want to help support the channel directly, there are a few ways in which you can do that. This channel is completely fan-funded. We are sponsorship free. I do this alone. So for those of you who were able to contribute, thank you so much. You can become a channel member. You gain access to a couple of exclusive perks, and you get to support me directly that way. You can gift memberships, even if, apparently some people who aren't even members can gift memberships, but you can always gift memberships. If we hit 25 today, we will feed the beast. I know Boss is he's revving to go for those treats. Or you can drop a super chat or direct donation. These are all ways in which you can support the content, the community, and the channel directly. Simply would not be able to do this without you. So, sincere thank you. Who's watching in 2089? Damn, what's PlayStation like in 2089, man? The mustache looks like my father's in the 90s. Nice. Nice. Yeah, same here, Russell. It's sad. If you don't laugh, you'll cry, right? Pushing Polygon says, MBG, don't get me wrong, it's a really good game, but the amount of faction fights you have to beat in each part of the city makes it overstay. I do agree. And I was thinking, okay, so what would have caused me to stop playing it so suddenly and just walk away from it? I think it may have been that because I was grinding everything in the game. And, to get the platinum, it's like you said, you have to complete all the faction fights. You have to do pretty much everything in the open world. And I think I got a little bit burnt out and I'm like, oh, I'm just going to take a break. And then I completely forgot about it. Because again, I don't know why I would have walked away from it. That's the only thing I can think. Clark is purring extremely loud. You good? Okay. MBG, I don't think it's just Sony doing timed exclusives. I genuinely think the studios don't want to bother porting to Xbox because they won't make any money there. It's a waste of time. I saw a couple of Xbox games recently got canceled. I don't know if they're big games. I think they were like smaller games, but yeah, I mean, you have to wonder if that's going to continue to be a thing. They went under in 2059. Damn. Dragon Knight, what's going on, man? How's life? Hanging in there, It's okay. It's a bit busy, I guess you could say. Sometimes chaotic, but overall pretty good. Hope things are going well for you, man. Rich Rod says I put all of my classics on the AI channel in the Discord. Well, there you go. Thank you, Rich Rod. We have the Rich Rod catalog. I know some people in that Discord are going to appreciate that. Dillo, you're saying, or SDL, what's going on, man? Dillo says, I have one left in Spider-Man 2, and the only reason I stopped playing is because I needed to start over for a stupid easy trophy. The takedowns one. Damn. Dude, Clark is being ridiculous right now, dude. Do you guys see him? Look at him. Look at him. Bro. The MBG agenda. Dragon Knight says, about the same. Thank you. You see him? Yeah, I know. He's like really he's like, this is the life. All right. I guess Boss has actually been replaced. Damn. For now. For now. You can hear Mrs. MBG. Yeah. Yeah, she was down here for a moment. You've gone back to Platinum Jedi Fallen Order, which will be number 9. And I'm planning on cleaning up Bloodstained as well, number 10. Damn, Pushing Polygons is on that platinum grind. Yeah, I was like surprised when I was checking my trophies where I'm like, man, I have 56 platinums. And I was looking back at some of them. I'm like, I don't even remember playing some of these games. But they're there, they're counted. Superman. All right. Guys, I will continue to talk about this because I continue to see people bring it up. I mentioned it in my video today, but just once again, in case you missed it, there is a state of play coming up. And I'm going to try my best not to talk about it literally every day leading up to it. But one of the things that I continue to see, on Twitter, but in other places, is some people talking about Wolverine. And I want to just keep reminding people that Insomniac confirmed that Wolverine is not going to show up again until spring. Okay? And so this upcoming state of play, don't expect to see it. It's, it's too soon. I'm assuming in spring it's going to get its own dedicated state of play. Pre-orders are going to open up, the whole 9 yards, maybe collector's edition as well. So, this state of play that's happening in a week and a half is in the middle of winter. So not spring. Am I stoked for Neo or am I passing? I am probably going to pass on it, dude, because I've been playing the demo and I could tell it's a quality game, but it's just not clicking with me. And I think what I'm going to do instead is play Resident Evil 4 building up to 9. I think that's my plan that I'm going to stick with. But I think Neo 3 it seems like it's going to do well. Like, I didn't, there isn't anything in particular about it that I don't like. It's just, it's not giving me that feeling like I want to prioritize this game and play this right now. And to be fair, I've never really got into the Neo series before, so yeah, I wasn't too surprised to kind of be left with that feeling. But yeah, for now it'll be a pass. It's a very loving cat. It's crazy to think it would just eat you if you died. If it couldn't find another food source, that's okay. I mean, I wouldn't be upset. Why would I'm dead, so it's like, okay. Survive, That's dude, what is wrong with my chat sometimes? Irfan, what's going on, man? Xbox only sold, so you sent me this article from The Gamer. It says Xbox only sold a little over 30,000 consoles in Japan last year. My God. That is horrifically bad. As you would say, Irfan, that is horrific. That is really bad. PSSR will improve the PS5 Pro a lot. I mean, I think the results that we see in PS5 Pro enhanced games will be better. I don't know if it's going to be like, it's not going to be like night and day difference. You know what I mean? It's not going to be like, oh my God, my mind is blown. It's not going to be like that, but it will be one of these things where it's like, wow, that's looking a lot better. Like I can see the differences and it's looking a lot sharper. It's looking a lot cleaner. It's much more stable. There's less noise, stuff like that. It's just going to be, it's overall just going to produce much better image quality. And, considering how good some games already look, I mean, I don't see anything, no complaints there. You know what I mean? MBG, if you want to work out to some awesome badass music, try Predator Badlands soundtrack. That was giving me some Viking vibes when watching the movie in certain scenes. The ending ones, damn, I might have to check that out. And we have Hashama coming in, dropping a single member gift for you guys, getting us started today, opening up a single. I see, Hashama. Appreciate that, my friend. I will add that to the counter here. We'll see if you can get a little train going, man. We'll see what happens. You're waiting to play Silent Hill 2. You're hoping it gets PSSR 2.0 support. I wouldn't hold out too much hope for that, unfortunately. I mean, it would be great to see that. I just made a whistling sound. It would be great to see that, but I feel like Konami's probably not going to go back and do it. I think it's up to Konami now. And I don't know. I mean, it would be great if they took advantage of PSSR 2.0 when it comes out and updated. But really, Clark, are you serious? Do you see him? Is this guy serious? He's like, hold my paw. Clark, you're so cute, man. Yeah, what is this guy doing? But yeah, it would be great to see Konami go back and implement PSSR 2.0 when it releases for both Silent Hill 2 Remake and Metal Gear Solid Delta. Metal Gear Solid Delta still has some issues on the PS5 Pro. I mean, at least he isn't asking you to hold his beer. That's true. Lady Gamer with the single pack followed by the member train. Yes. We'll see. We'll see what happens today. Silent Hill F could use it too. Yeah, that's another one. True. That's true, Phil. But yeah, the reason why I said that the update, I believe, is right around the corner when it comes to PSSR is mainly because, well, the last few rumors we heard about PSSR 2.0 is that it is coming out in 2026, but more specifically, it's coming out in Q1. So that is anywhere between January and the end of March. And so, we're now in February, and I guess logically speaking, I just figure, well, if we're getting a state of play this month, what are the chances that that's exactly where the big PSSR 2.0 update would be announced and talked about? I'm starting to think that's exactly where it would show up. Now, I want to make it clear, if that is where it's announced, I don't think it's going to be something where Mark Cerny's going to come out and talk about it for 5 or 10 minutes. I don't think it's going to be like that. I think what it would be is just like a kind of just trailer, like a 1 minute trailer announcing like a massive update for the PS5 Pro. And maybe that could be one of the first things they announce. And then throughout the show, or, they'll say like many of the games shown here today will be, taking advantage of this new update. I could be completely wrong. This could be something that Sony wants to keep completely separate from the state of play. So, I say it's right around the corner. It might be a few more blocks away, honestly. But I don't know. I just feel like in my mind, it makes sense where if you're going to do a state of play and this update's going to be out very soon, why not talk about it there, Oh, thank you, Terry. You're saying MBG is the only place I listen to PlayStation news. Well, I appreciate that, man. Thank you. Yeah, I've been trying my best to keep up with the video grind as well for you guys, because I know not everybody can make the streams and they can't really, tune in and watch all the topic discussions. So I've been trying real hard to make sure I continue to put out those news videos so it's short, concise, easily digestible. The only thing I ask of you is if you do watch those videos, make sure you leave them a like. Whoa, no. Okay, he sees my mouse pointer. No, that's not Clark. Okay. Clark is in chaos mode today, bro. Rich, why would you do this? This is Rich Rod's fault. I knew he did something. You think it's coming out on the 25th? That's a pretty specific date. Me and Clark are homies. Rude Rod. Yeah, I don't know, I guess this is the first time he noticed the mouse pointer. Pan Parva says, I'm a huge fan of yours since you were an Xbox channel. Thank you, Pan. Wow, that's a long time, dude. That means you've been watching me since like 2017, man. That's crazy. Thank you. Sean Mitchell, what's going on? Clark is adorable. Yeah, he's chilling today. I don't know, he's been much more he's been around me a lot more for some reason. Chilling with me. I did give him treats yesterday. I wonder if that's what it is. Like he's already starting to get conditioned. It could be. Rich Rod says, who said that? Don't ever bring up MBG and Xbox again. Give him Rich PTSD, man. Shave those two capybaras that are trying to kiss. I will not shave them. I will grow them even larger now that you've said that. That's right. That's right. You have no idea what you've unleashed. That's a historical fact, Rich. Facts make Rich angry sometimes. He gets very enraged by facts on occasion. You got to be careful. But yeah, so the state of play is coming up, and the good news is, well, at least I'm pretty sure it's good news, is if we don't get the announcement of PSSR 2.0 at the state of play, then that means it's got to be right after. I mean, the absolute latest I could see it is like mid-March. So we would have to wait maybe like another month. But the thing I'm so curious about with this update and why I can't stop talking about it, well, is mainly because it's so close. But I just want to know if it's going to be as big of a deal as they're making it sound. I mean, I do find it interesting that Mark Cerny has talked multiple times about this update, and that's just unusual, right? Granted, PSSR is the first of its kind for Sony, so it makes sense that they would have to continue to update it or talk about it since they're continually updating it. But I do just find it interesting that it's apparently going to raise it up to like FSR 4 levels of image quality, and just the implications of what that could do for, I mean, some of the bigger games that are coming up. And the big one that we always think of is GTA 6. Wow, Rich Rod, bro, that's a crazy analogy. Um, Sean, is that a good thing or a bad thing? Is that good or bad? People respect you so much more when you have a mustache. It's unbelievable. I've noticed. Explain what PSSR is to me like I'm a child, please. MBG. Okay. So you can think of PSSR as like, I'll put it in the simplest terms I possibly can. If you were to turn on your PS5 and then you boot up a game, and that game is running at 1080p, 60 frames per second, you might think to yourself, man, this doesn't look bad, but I feel like it could look a lot better. 1080p resolution is usually good enough, but when you get used to 4K resolutions, right? You get used to so many games running at 4K, you watch movies and videos at 4K, you just can't help but think it could look better. PSSR will essentially allow that visual quality to be increased and to be raised up. So what you end up seeing on your screen looks like a 4K resolution at 60 frames per second. However, the game itself internally is being run at 1080p. So it's like, it's an upscaler. It's just going to bring the visual quality up. And you have to, the most important thing to understand is that it's hard, it's hard for me to describe it like you're a child. I'm not really so good at that, but the way it usually works is in order to get a higher, better resolution for a game, that needs to come from the GPU inside of the console or inside of the hardware. That's why it's like you need a bigger GPU, you need a better GPU, better graphics processor. PSSR makes it so that actually the GPU you have is just fine. It's on a software level. So it's taking the load off of the hardware, and it's able to kind of raise it up and leave the hardware alone. So, in other words, you're just going to get better looking visuals. You're going to get a higher overall image quality when something like PSSR is properly implemented. And it's going to save developers some resource so they can, use it for higher frame rates or better ray tracing or better, I don't know if better AI would be under that, but just, they'll have more resource to work with in general. We have Rick, member for 22 months. Rick, he says, I've never had the desire to platinum games. Currently at 6. I have so many games that are on 90 plus, but recently trying to 100 TOTK, I have a new obsession. Well, be careful, Rick, because, I mean, dude, platinuming games, in my experience, it's like a love-hate thing. I've talked about it before where I love platinuming games. It's like a whole meta game in and of itself, and it adds a whole nother layer to the experience. But it also, it does become kind of like, man, I hate it sometimes. Like, I hate that I have this part of my brain. It's just not satiated or satisfied unless I become almost like obsessive over it. But you have so many games that are on 90 plus. Now, when you say that, Rick, do you mean like you have so many games that are at like 90%, like you're very close to platinuming them. Because, dude, I was looking over my list today and I had hardly any. Spider-Man 1 was the only one that was like high up there percentage wise. And I have like all these games that are just random, like 20%, 30%, 40%. And I'm like, bro, you know, I'd have to start all over basically. We're recently trying to 100 TOTK. I have a new obsession. Oh, wait, Rich, you're asking, should I buy Mafia, the Buns Country? Oh, yeah, no, I recommend Mafia, the Old Country. It's a good game. I really enjoyed it. I mean, don't get me wrong, like it has some shortcomings. I would say the gameplay is serviceable. Like the gameplay is not that great, but it's good. You know, it does it gets the job done. I would say go into Mafia the Old Country mainly for a good cinematic story, something that's more linear, beautiful looking world, and I would say really good performances, very good acting, good writing. It's a really great story driven game. Boss, what's up? See, Boss is here. Come on, Boss. So I definitely recommend it, but just do keep in mind that the gameplay is very basic. It's very basic. The knife fights are pretty fun, but shooting is okay. It doesn't feel too bad. It's a little clunky. But is it true Mafia Old Country is about your relatives? It might be. Yeah, I'm very Italian. I come from an Italian background. I think some of my family was in the mafia potentially. I'm not entirely sure, but yeah, yeah, I don't know. It might be. I mean, I kind of look like one of the characters, you know? So I don't know. You're trying to platinum GTA 5. That's a tough one. That's one, if I understand, the collectibles are insane and it takes a long time. Red Shinobi says, I thought Mafia the Old Country was a great story experience. Some people don't like the gameplay itself, though. Yeah, and I can understand that. The gameplay is serviceable. It doesn't really do anything unique or too interesting. I think they tried to make the gameplay feel more robust with the knife fights, and I think it worked, you know? Like I think the knife fights helped, but yeah, I mean, a lot of it's just pretty standard fare, which isn't a bad thing. You know, I can kind of appreciate that about Mafia: The Old Country is it wasn't trying too hard in that regard. It's just like let's just make it a good playing game. Doesn't have to be revolutionary, and just focus on telling a really good story. I feel like I appreciate that. You know, I think sometimes we need more of that. Rick, you're saying, yeah, I got a bunch that are really high percentage, but I used to hate beating the same game back to back, and a lot of platinums require you to play the game again on a harder difficulty or play the game again without dying. And those are the types of platinum trophies that I can't stand, but it's been so long now, I'm kind of down. Yeah, no, I hear you, man. Like, that to me is one of the most annoying things. I did get annoyed with that in Mafia, the Old Country, where they're like, okay, you beat the game now you got to beat it on hard. Now, granted, if I had checked the trophy list ahead of time, I would have started playing on hard. But that's the thing, right? When I go play a new game, I try to ignore the trophy lists. I try to just play the game purely without any interference from that regard. But yeah, then you run into trophies like that where it's like now I have to replay it. And, you know, to be fair, if I enjoy the game enough, I don't mind replaying it. It's just when I'm kind of ready to move on, but it's like, all right. You know, and especially in a game like Mafia, I feel like it's so story heavy and I'm just skipping all the cutscenes. I'm like, let's just go. But yeah, man, I mean, I guess it's up to you on that one, you know? If you feel like you want to go back and get some of those platinums, go for it, but be careful cuz like if you're out of the platinum game, if you're not involved in the platinum game, maybe it's best to stay out of it. I don't know. Like I want to encourage people, but just if you ever get to the point where I'm at, where like it really becomes an entire metagame that you do care about, I'm not saying it'll ruin your experience. I'm just saying it will add to it, but there are aspects to it that can become a little bit more like, okay. But I'm weird. Like I feel like I'm kind of weird. I don't know. I don't know that I'm yeah, the Resident Evil games, dude, the Resident Evil games you have to play like 5 or 6 times. But you kind of appreciate that though a little bit, right? Cuz like when I was playing Resident Evil 2 remake, you know, you go from your first or second playthrough to by the time you get to your 5th or 6th, you're just like a master. You know what I mean? You're just speed running it. You know everything. And you kind of it becomes more of a it's more satisfying sometimes. That is the one thing I do appreciate. I feel like really long, drawn out, especially open world games. That's one of the things that Sony does that drives me nuts, man. Their studios, they put out these games. Like I was looking at the fact that, okay, I beat Spider-Man Remastered, and then there's like a singular dedicated trophy as DLC, like beat it on New Game Plus. I'm like, that's stupid. New Game Plus isn't stupid. The fact you made that one trophy as a singular DLC is stupid. Or was that Spider-Man 2? It was one of them. And I hate like that to me is annoying where it's like, bro, why? Like, why? Why would you attach a trophy to that? Now you got me. Rick's got me going on trophies now. Did anyone ever play Resident Evil as Tofu Man? Bro, if they release another version of The Last of Us, I will buy it and play it and platinum it again. Please, God, no. Dude, I swear I'm going to snap. If we... So help me, God. If we go into the PlayStation 6 showcase and they have the audacity to show The Last of Us 1 or 2, I'm going to freak, bro. Like, you're going to see me actually lose my mind. Because, like, listen, man, I love The Last of Us 1, and I played that game so many times, but I really am of the mind that Naughty Dog has to move on. Like, for the love of God, move on, you know? I don't care if, like, if the PS6 comes out and they're like, here's a free update, that's fine. Like, I'm not talking about that. I'm saying if they try to pull any fuckery with The Last of Us 1 or 2. You know they will. You know they will. We all know they will. I'm just so tired of it, man. Like, I love The Last of Us universe, and I like the first game is one of my favorite of all time, but this is one of the reasons why I am looking forward to Intergalactic, because it's like I am ready for you guys to just do something new, you know? And if they want to do The Last of Us Part 3, I'm all for that as well. To be honest, I just have a bad taste in my mouth because of The Last of Us multiplayer getting canceled, where I was ready to like live in the world of The Last of Us, and they're just like, no. And I'm like, but you'll definitely sell me The Last of Us Part 2 again, won't you? So yeah, I have some axes to grind with Naughty Dog these days. But The Last of Us 1 is still GOAT game, bro. And I mean, I hate to say it, but I probably would still, after I rage and crash out, I'd probably still buy it and platinum it again. The Last of Us 1 is it's a really fun game. Neil Druckmann is a woke fruit nugget. Thank you, Rich Rod, for that very meaningful contribution to the conversation. This is why I love you guys, you know? You just make it so easy for me to bounce off you. There will be a remaster of the remade version. The Last of Us Part 1 remastered. See, when you title it that way, it doesn't sound too bad. When you realize what it actually is and what you're looking at, then you realize how bad it is. They'll probably do a Nathan Drake collection for PS6. That'd be interesting. I mean, I feel like it's been long enough. I think at some point they're going to do an Uncharted 1 remake, or maybe remake the series. MBG, for you, the Platinum game kind of lends credence to your opinion of games because you've seen the content. It gives you credentials to bring a subject matter, to being a subject matter expert. Well, thank you. Yeah, I mean, I do feel that way slightly, where like, I feel like I can approach talking about a game I platinumed from multiple angles, to whereas if I'm just talking about a game that I just beat, I can still approach it from many angles, but not as many. So You're right. It does kind of add more to it. By the way, guys, do me a favor. Make sure you're hitting that like button. We're sitting at 81 likes. We're 19 away from hitting 100. Hitting the like button definitely helps. I have to make up for some lost ground after last week. I think YouTube's algorithm is not too happy with me. So, yeah, please take a moment and do that if you can. We have Odin's actor in the God of War TV series. Yeah, we got Odin, Thor, Brock, Sindri, and the voice actor who did Mimir is returning. So, what about all of Uncharted in the visual style of Uncharted 4? That'd be insane. Yeah, that'd be crazy. I'd be down for that. Just bring back SOCOM. Michael, what's up, man? You're saying they should remake Uncharted, especially if the new game takes like 6 to 8 years. Yeah, I mean, I feel like this is kind of where Naughty Dog, they have all this IP. I don't know, maybe they should start doing more with it in between their new games. You believe Sony will have something game related around the God of War TV series? Have you seen the recent casting for Odin and others? Show will be massive. We're likely to have a God of War 2018 remaster. Oh my God, you're right. All right, hold on. Let me ask you something. This TV show, I don't think is coming out till like 2027. What if it's a PS6 remaster? What if God of War 2018 skipped the PS5? Would that be more acceptable? Joseph says it's me, Josh Nuggets. Still membershipless. We'll have to see if we can do something about that. I mean, I feel like if God of War 2018 was remastered for the PS6, that would, I don't know. It still would feel a little weird. I can't read that name entirely, so I'm going to say DeWood. DeWooda. DeWooda? I don't know. I'm sorry, bro. DeWooda. He says, member for 15 months. And for some reason, it's like my first time reading his name, apparently. What do you expect from Sony's first parties in the next state of play? I mean, I think safe bets are Marathon and Saros, guaranteed. Those two games will show up because those are the games that are coming up. And Sony's going to want to, membershipless. Yeah. Josh, membershipless Nuggets. So, yeah, Saros Marathon, guaranteed. Outside of that, I do think the 2.5D God of War game, and I said in my stream yesterday, I said that I think it's time for Santa Monica to show up. I kind of get that feeling. I feel like it's been a long time since we've seen Santa Monica actually announce anything. But something else first party related that I think you're also guaranteed to see is Ghost of Yotei Legends. So the three things that I would say lock in, boom, 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 Ghost of Yotei Legends, Marathon, Saros. And I know that maybe isn't too exciting because none of that is like new, but as for what new first party stuff could show up, I mean, that's a total wild card, man. Sony could be super conservative and show like nothing. They could have something really big in store for us. But yeah. Oh yeah, Marvel. Oh geez, yeah, Marvel Tokon. Geez, I mean, the more I think about it, the more it starts to become clear that they don't. I hate to say it, but they don't have to show anything new. They could just show up with those four things, and that would be. I don't want to say that'd be enough. I think people would still be like, bro, that's all great stuff. We love that, but we expected. I think Sony will. If I had to take my best guess, I'm going to say there's going to be at least one new thing. How big that new thing is, I don't know. I don't feel confident in trying to even speculate, but I think they'll have one new thing at the very least. I think we'll have like 3 or 4 things that we've already seen announced. We'll get release dates. We'll get updates. We'll get new trailers, stuff like that. Unless, again, not to be too redundant from yesterday, if you want really my extended thoughts on this, you should watch yesterday's stream as well. If GTA 6 happens to show up, which who knows if it will, then I think Sony's not bringing anything new because they got GTA. If Sony gets GTA 6, they don't have to do anything. So can we expect something Spider-Man related? I don't think so. No. Yeah, there is a Venom game that's in development. The Venom game, I firmly believe, will not be announced till sometime next year, and that's meant to be a PlayStation 6 launch title. The Venom title, kind of like Spider-Man Miles Morales. Do we get Wolverine remastered on PS6? Yes. Yes. Absolutely. I think you do. Pragmata is the Capcom game, right? I'm only allowing 2 more multi-plat games from them after RE9. Pragmata may have to be the start of that rule. Oh my god. Romeo is a Dead Man. Comes out February 11th. Dark Cloud says AI will completely destroy the gaming industry in 10 years. Mark my words. I hope not, man. Yeah, so for Capcom, I mean, you got Resident Evil 9 coming up. Then after that, Pragmata, and then Onimusha. So I think all 3 of those games are coming this year. Seems like Capcom's going to have a banger year potentially, although I'm unsure about Pragmata. Not entirely sure about that one. You think GTA 6 is not coming out this year? It's going to be spring 2027? I could see it. I could see it. By the way, guys, make sure you're continuing to hit that like button because we are at 90 likes, 10 away. We hit 100. And if you want to support the channel, like I said, consider becoming a member, gifting memberships, super chats, direct donations. These are all ways in which you can support. And Steve, you're saying RE9 live action trailer is pretty good. I think Ada Wong speaks at the end. People were talking about that. They were talking about whether Ada is going to show up or not. Pushing polygons. That's like the craziest sentence I've ever read from you. MBG, if you want a short game you can pound out. Whoa. Whoa. He says Onimusha remastered in under 20 hours. Bro wants me to pound out Onimusha remastered. I don't know about that one, man. Can I still get a Rant Juice mug? I could bring them back. I could try to anyway. I haven't done anything with, because I was using Teespring, and I remember I just got really frustrated with them because their website was trash, bro. Like, I got so pissed off at it because everything was broken and never worked. And there was just like this long periods of time where like nobody was buying anything. And I'm like, why am I even running this thing? But, you know, I could maybe at some point do like a temporary, like a limited run of like the Rant Juice mugs. It's been a long time since I've done those. Increased prices because of the tariff, though, you know? Wait, what happened to Ada? Nothing happened to her, but people are speculating that she'll likely show up in this game because Leon's in it. Anytime Leon's in a Resident Evil, Ada's not too far behind. You know, that's a great question. Are they going to have a demo for the new Resident Evil? They've had a demo for pretty much every Resident Evil game in the last like 8 years or 9 years or whatever. So they could break off from tradition and not do one, but you know, I'm starting to think that maybe there is going to be something Resident Evil 9 related at the upcoming State of Play, and maybe that's exactly what they do. I mean, I think the dream for a lot of people is the state of play comes and then Resident Evil 9 shows up, PSVR 2 mode confirmed, and a demo confirmed to Shadow Drop. I mean, that'd be amazing. Now but I feel like that's dreaming big, you know. I just don't know that that's necessarily what we should be anticipating, but there is no denying that there's precedence for both of these things, especially the demo. Especially the demo, man. I have to imagine they're going to drop a demo at some point. But I mean, dude, it's February 2nd, so the clock's ticking. They did say that pre-orders were Capcom. They said pre-orders were ahead of their expectations, so Sean Mitchell, a member for 33 months, has been smashing lots of hours into Arc Raiders recently, but so glad RE9 is this month. This is the start of an avalanche of games coming this year, man. I know. That's exactly what it feels like, Sean. We're going to be smashing a lot of games all throughout the year. We're going to be we're going to have trouble keeping up. Demo revealed the state of play. Yeah. I mean, I could see it happening. Poor MBG, lots of smashing and pounding in the chat today. Yo, for real though, 6 more weeks of winter? Get out of here with that shit. Who's out here smashing hours into Code Violet this month? Dude, we're gonna need a pound emoji. So yeah, Ghetto God. How about can you just make an emoji that it's just in bold letters? It just says pound. There we go. That'll be the new favorite. It will be used at only the most appropriate times, I'm sure. The demo reveal could be at the Nintendo Partner Direct. Ah, yes. True. I forgot that that's apparently happening this week. Okay, yeah. And I'd be all for that, man. The sooner we get the demo, the better. That would be cursed. Exactly. That's the point. British legal tender note. Easy Tone, a $5 super chat. All I've been reading are these milestone chats. I was gonna say a member for 5 months. He literally tipped $5. He says, which is more likely at State of Play, Intergalactic or New Santa Monica? If the latter, which Santa Monica project? So I will say that the 2.5D God of War game seems like, I don't want to say a given because that, then it doesn't show up and it's like, oh, but that's like by far the most likely. But I think between the two, I actually think it's more likely that a new Santa Monica game, like a new God of War game, potentially would be announced before we see Intergalactic. Because I don't know. I mean, I'm just confused with it's like what's going on with Intergalactic because Naughty Dog, that is, apparently they had to like crunch to make an internal demo to show Sony. But I wonder if there's more to that where it's like it's not just to show Sony, it's so Sony can then show it at a State of Play or something. So I don't know, man. I'm kind of like torn on that where I almost want to say it's like a coin flip. I think there's a 50% chance Santa Monica shows up with this 2.5D God of War game. Hell, maybe even Cory Barlog's game. But at the same time, I could see Sony wanting to end the show where it's like, and here's your first look at Intergalactic gameplay. Here's like the first, gameplay trailer. I could see that too, but I don't know. I mean, Sony kind of they have a lot that they can show. Keep in mind, Jeff Grubb, not to hype the State of Play too much, but Jeff Grubb did say that this is going to be kind of a big one. Not a showcase, but he said it's going to be big. Boss, what's up, man? Boss is getting upset. Jeez. Boss needs to have some words with you guys. Go ahead, boss. I moved the mic. It made a weird sound, and he like got all paranoid. Like, what was that? What was that sound? Boss is like a Metal Gear Solid guard. We have Rich. We have Rich with a $2 direct donation. He says, "You didn't see? Ada got her back cracked by Leon, so she shows up to RE9 pregnant, like 8 to 9 months pregnant, and now Leon got a super baby in the fight." Yo, let's take a moment to appreciate the fact that thank God Rich is a cop and not working at Capcom as a writer. But you know what, though? I'll tell you what. A lot of people would love to see it, Rich. That to me, that's the fan service right there. Rich would lean 100% into the fan service. Are we still doing the member streams after the main stream? So, Rick, yeah, I had to kill that idea. We will still have member streams and we will still have member exclusive content. But the way I was trying to do it last week, it's just not going to work. I mean, it was working in terms of like, you know, I was getting support, but in terms of what it would ultimately do to the channel, it was proving to be way too deleterious and frankly just dangerous. Like, I was waiting to get the data and the feedback from YouTube's analytics, and after a week of doing it, it's like, yeah, this is I can't do it this way. So we're basically back to normal. We're back to where we were, where we'll have regular live streams. Boss, please don't. Why are you biting me? Are you really biting me, bro? What's going on? What's going on, man? But yeah, Rick, we're basically just back to normal. I know Irfin's happy. But now that he said, I knew it, thank you. Actually, we're going back. Just to spite you, Irfin. And Josh. I'm just kidding. Yeah, I mean, it was, like I said, it was an experimental thing. And, you know, there was data that I had that was indicating it may have been a good idea to do that. And so I just had to test it to know for sure, like, what, you know, what's the better way to handle this? And yeah, this is definitely the better way. But like I said, if you are a channel member or if you do get a gifted membership, we still will have member exclusive content. It's just not going to be like the regular streams behind the member content. You're saying it was working against the Clippers? I'm not worried about them, man. I mean, I guess that was one, I guess, potential maybe benefit of it. But ultimately, I realized like that's whatever. You know, people want to clip me. They can. Hey, man, I'm at a point where you want to clip me, clip me. You know what my only thing is? Like, truthfully, do you know what my only thing? This is my only gripe. My only gripe. And it's a small one. I don't even care that much. But my whole thing is like, if anybody's going to clip me, can you just link my stream? Like, can you just link the original source? That's all. That's all. Like, you can clip whatever you want. I do not care. I don't even care if you're, you know what I mean? I don't even care if you're making fun of me. But it's just like, link the original source or the original stream just so people can, you know, if they want to give me a view and they want to click, if they happen to want to watch more, you know what I'm saying? Or just link my channel. Either or, I don't care. That's the only thing that I would kindly request if anybody's, but I don't know if they're going to do that or not. So, but yeah, I'm not worried about that, man. It is what it is. I'm totally cool with it. Like, if anything, I just view it as like, hey, man, you know, I think I had a wrong view of it. I'm like, yeah, that's exposure for the channel, bro. Good or bad, you know? All publicity is good publicity. If people are interested enough, they can come here. They can come check it out. Maybe, you know, I've seen some people say that they've literally discovered my channel from these random clips and from other channels. And I'm like, okay. They're like, yeah, actually, it's not too bad here. I'm like, oh, yeah, I'm glad you appreciate it. So it can work out. It can work out. MBG, as Luke Stevens says, cancel me. It's my opinion. Cancel me. I don't care. Cancel me. I'll cancel myself. Wasn't that right, boss? Boss is like, I don't understand what you're saying. Can you just give me treats? Boss, you are looking absolutely colossal, bro. Boss, I'm going to be honest. I don't think you should be having any more treats, man. I just don't think it's a good idea. No, I know. Well, just look at you, man. I got to get him on a treadmill. Yeah, that's true, Irfan. No, I agree with that. It causes a lot of confusion, and that's why I'm trying not to even talk about it too much, because I'm just, steady as she goes, right? Did I just fat shame boss? No. Yeah, maybe a little bit. I'm sorry. But boss, I'm not going to lie, man. We're 24 members away from feeding the beast, so I'm in no rush to give you treats, okay? It's like, all right, well, I guess I'll just, Bro, do you not, like, how? All right. Hashama, a member for 11 months, says, should I expect to see anything from Santa Monica, Guerrilla Games, Media Molecule, Blue Point Games, Team LFG, or Dark Outlaw? Dark Outlaw, I'm going to say no. Team LFG, I'm going to say no. I think these games they still need time. And I think it's going to be a little while till we see them. Blue Point Games, again, their project was canceled not that long ago. They're not ready to show. Media Molecule, Media Molecule would be a nice little wild card. They've been working on a new IP for a few years, so they could be ready to show, but I don't know that my expectations are high. Guerrilla, the one thing I will say about Guerrilla is they need to show their multiplayer game. They already teased that, so I actually could see that showing up. And then you mentioned Santa Monica, and as I've continued to say, I think Santa Monica is it's a bit of a coin flip. I think 50% chance they show up. In my gut though, I feel like it's time. Yote Legends, yeah, I think that's 100% showing up. Feed me. Yeah, that's boss. Poor Bend and Blue Point. Honestly, man. Dark Cloud, you're saying I'm looking forward to Forza Horizon 6. Please don't hate me. No, man, I think Forza Horizon 6 looks great. I'm right there with you, man. Well, yeah, I'm glad you could appreciate that, Josh. Yote Legends better show up. I mean, it has to. It's literally slated for early 2026, so it already feels like it's running a bit late. All right, boss. Come on. Come on, man. Let's go chill. Go chill, okay? Get a nice little nap in. All right? You might play Fable. Well, there's something else I wanted to talk to you guys about. So 15 minutes of new gameplay marathon at State of Play. Dude, if they do that, I'm going to snap. No chance. That'd be crazy. If they pull some shit like that, I'm going to rant so hard. I want to talk about the fact that Sony's still doing timed exclusives though, because we just found out that Neo 3 is going to be a timed exclusive for at least 6 months. And this seemingly caught some people by surprise. Now, it's worth noting Neo 1 and 2 were not on, they were not on Xbox. I think they were PlayStation exclusive, but I don't know if there was exclusivity deals there. Or I think maybe Sony even published some of them. But it seems like they struck like a 6-month deal. And we also found out that Phantom Blade Zero is a timed exclusive as well. And so, I just wanted to kind of ask you guys if you're surprised that Sony's still doing these timed exclusivity deals. I have to say that at first I was a little bit surprised because I'm like, well, I don't get it. I thought Sony really only went aggressive with these third-party deals because of Xbox, because yeah, it's like we don't want these games going to Xbox. The reality is, I think that if any of these games go to Xbox, it doesn't really make much of a difference at all. But now I'm starting to think this has more to do with Nintendo and the fact that the Switch 2 can get pretty much almost, not every, but almost all third-party games. Oh damn, gaming Survivor cooked again, guys. All right, well, gaming Survivor. Here's what I'll do: if we hit the goal by the end of the stream, I'll play it. Worst case scenario, I got to save it for another stream. But gaming Survivor, thank you, man. It's been a little bit. MBG Correction exclusive for 0 days on PC. Well, yeah, I mean, the term console exclusive, to me, it's not. What was that sound I just made? It's not so much about exclusivity as much as it's just clearly Sony going out of their way to prevent it from going to another console. And like, the reason why I'm paying any attention to this is because I don't think Sony really cares if Neo 3 goes to Xbox. Because, I mean, why, like, again, Sony put Helldivers on Xbox. I think it's Nintendo at this point. I think Sony is paying attention to games like Resident Evil 9 and many others that are going to be coming up. They're going to be releasing on Switch. And so I think from this angle, Sony's kind of like, well, in order to continue to be like the place to play, like we are the definitive de facto home console where you get everything or mostly everything. I think Sony feels like a pressure where they have to continue to do some of these deals because, again, man, even Phantom Blade Zero, if both Phantom Blade Zero and Neo 3 were going to release on Xbox, keep in mind Xbox Magnus is going to have Steam, and these games are releasing day one on PC. So technically the next Xbox will have these games. I think this has to do with Switch now. I think this is Sony kind of shifting their focus from, we did these deals to keep them off of Xbox, and we didn't really have to worry about the Switch One because developers weren't making games for the Switch One anyway, like third-party games. They would always come late, and they would always be super crappy versions, or not always, but a lot of times. Now the Switch 2 is different. The Switch 2 is producing results that seem to be closer to what you would get with a PS4 version, in some cases like a PS4 Pro version. And yeah, I think that, I don't know, that it's either that or these are deals that Sony made a while ago that are just, they're contracts and they're just in place, and going forward, Sony's not going to have timed exclusive deals. But I feel like the Phantom Blade Zero one, that was recent. Phantom Blade Zero, I think the developers previously said that they weren't, they didn't have any kind of deal with Sony. And now it seems like it's straight up being advertised that, yeah, this game's going to be PS5 console exclusive for a year. And again, I do not think that has anything to do with Xbox. I just feel like it's Sony being like, all signs point to Sony looking at Nintendo as more of a competitor now. Sony did that Japan-focused state of play out of nowhere. They're doing a dedicated PlayStation handheld. And, I think they're paying attention to how well the Switch 2 is selling. It's breaking records, Whether or not it will continue to do that remains to be seen, but the PS5 is only a few 100,000 sales away from the PS4 now, which is crazy. That's crazy, man. Considering by this point in time, the PS4 was like $250 or something. Time aligned. Am I excited for Marathon? Do you really think it can blow up like Arc Raiders? I think it can gain some traction if it has a good launch. I don't know if it'll be as big as Arc Raiders, but Magnus's DOA, says Gaming Survivor. I mean, yeah, Magnus is just going to be a Windows 11. Do you guys see what's going on with the Xbox Ally, ROG Ally, and how like apparently Windows 11 broke it? I'm like, dude, this is it's just so shocking to see how Microsoft just said fuck it. when it comes to Xbox hardware. Like they literally said, we just don't care anymore. I mean, whatever, man. I like, this is like one of the reasons I just kind of hate Microsoft a little bit. We're like, it's like, you guys, I'm sorry, but it's just like, you guys fucking suck, man. Like, I say that on behalf of not all the fans, but like, I say that on behalf of the Xbox fans that actually cared about the console. Because like, I get it. I do. I get it. It's like, this would be the equivalent as if Sony just stopped giving a single shit about their hardware. They're like, we don't care anymore. We're not even making our own consoles anymore. And I'm not trying to like kill anybody's hype for Magnus, like, because I've seen some people on my channel that are excited for it, but I'm just like, no offense, but you're getting excited for a PC, which you're allowed to do. You're allowed to be excited for PC gaming. You're allowed to be excited for Steam. But I just, this only ends one way, man. It ends with developers abandoning Xbox as a platform. That's how it ends. And we're already seeing, again, it's smaller games right now. We're seeing smaller games. The Xbox versions are getting canceled. That's only going to continue. Especially once it becomes known that Magnus is more of a, you know, it's Steam. Like, that's what people are mainly going to use on it. But I just find it shocking that Microsoft really just, I mean, I guess it's not too shocking when you consider the struggle to sell consoles, but I don't know, man. I guess I just figured to myself, like, well, you still have an install base of like 28 million. That's a lot of people. Like, that's like, wouldn't you want to move them over to like another box that's not going to be like $1,000? But that's not what their intentions are. So that's not where their focus lies, I should say. But I get a little bit frustrated about that because it's like, I don't know, man. I never wanted to see Xbox get to a point where it's like, and now it's dead. Because that doesn't help anything. You know, like, that just means less competition. I just wanted to see them, you know, I don't know, make some kind of, I just wanted to see them get more aggressive, I guess, but they did, but in a different, they got more aggressive about profit margins, you know, not unit sales. So I guess that's kind of the result that we're seeing now. But it is what it is. MBG is an old school Xbox guy. As long as it provides one more generation of back compat to keep the old games viable, even if it's their digital versions. Yeah, that's like the one thing, like, that is, I think, the only thing that's going to be available on this device that's going to differentiate it from the PC. Yeah, Irfan, we covered that recently in a video. It's not surprising, man. You know, they can't. It's a PC. Yeah, apparently they're running into problems with that. And I don't know what their solution to that's going to be. I think Microsoft is trying to thread a needle that they might not be able to with Magnus, but spending $80 billion on publishers, not aggressive enough. No. That's aggressive for profit margins. But yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know. It's just weird the way things played out. Like, I just think this generation would be much more interesting, frankly. I do. I think it would be more interesting and just more intense if, like, the Xbox Series consoles were sitting at like 60 million or 65 million sold, and, you know, the PS5 was sitting at like 85 to 90. Because, you know, Sony would be scared, dude. They'd be like, holy shit, like, we got to make sure they don't catch us. And, you know, Xbox would be like, we're going to fucking get you. We're going to get you. And I just think that would be so cool. Like, that would be cooler, in my opinion. But things aren't cool anymore, unfortunately. Fred, you're saying, I'm calling it now. If Microsoft does allow Xbox to release a next console, it will be a boutique item. Boutique. Before they license it out to OEM companies like Asus. Yep, it's going to be Surface. If you if you want to know what the next Xbox is going to be like, do research on Microsoft's Surface line of devices. That's what it's going to be. That's why they have the Surface team working on it. So again, I don't think it's like bad. It's just it's like you said, it's boutique. It's for very, very few select people. But it's never going. It's it's almost like it's just made because they feel like they have to make it. They have to offer the flagship item. But I don't know. It just makes me wonder, like, what if they weren't doing that? What if Microsoft was like, actually, we are doing a successor to the Series X, and it's going to be, it's going to be something to compete with the PS6. If they did that, I just wonder how much different things would be for Sony, But that's the thing, though, man, is that Sony, even though Sony isn't going to have to worry necessarily about Xbox, it doesn't mean they don't have to worry. Sony has to worry about a lot of shit, even without Xbox. So I don't think it's necessarily going to. I think Sony's still going to be on their toes, but the pressure I don't think will be as high per se. It's just like one less thing they're going to have to worry about. Broke teak. This is why I questioned if they would make a console after the Magnus, unless they're going to be releasing both a PC and console. Well, I think the idea is Magnus is the last Xbox ever, like from Microsoft. And it's not even going to be an Xbox. Like it's going to be a Windows device, man. If you look at the Xbox ROG Ally, like that's what it's going to be, just in a much more powerful box that connects to your TV. And I think the idea from that point forward is OEMs will, forever going forward, OEMs will make these PCs with the Xbox logo on it. I think the real bigger picture, long-term question is what happens to the Xbox platform? I think that's the bigger question, because we know Game Pass is still a thing. We know that the Xbox platform is still a thing. There's still plenty of games being made for Xbox. But I think it really is just kind of down to like, I think there's kind of like a threshold where at some point down the line, you're going to start to see developers cancel Xbox versions of games, like one after the other, after the other, after the other. And it's going to be just kind of like very rapid descent for the platform. I don't think we're there yet. I think we're actually a ways away from that, but I think that day will come. And I think that's something that Microsoft is anticipating. We have another direct donation from Rich Rod. He says, Xbox fanboys killed Xbox. Keep your hands off PlayStation. Instead of holding Microsoft accountable, they slurped Phil's noodle. Concord would still be alive if Xbox made it. Rich Rod tax is in effect, bro. Well, Luna, come here. Come here. All right. Rich, I don't know how to follow that up, man. Not going to lie. Concord would still be, I don't know if that's a compliment or an insult. Concord would still be alive if Xbox made it. What does that even mean? What's bro trying to say? MBG, do they cancel or do they just put it in the Windows Store backend and call it an Xbox game? Yeah, I don't know. I don't know, man. Polygons, I think all will become clear throughout this year and going into 2027. I do think things are going to be like, I'll tell you this. I think when Magnus is revealed, you're going to see, a very vocal, kind of defensive group of fans get very aggressive with it. And they're going to create, I think, a perception, because I'm just saying this is kind of what I saw with the Xbox ROG Ally, where they're going to create a perception that like this thing's going to be way more significant than it actually ends up being. And in reality, it's like once it launches, because I literally saw this happen with the Series X, and that was an actual real console from Xbox where like building up to the launch, I mean, the hype was kind of real, man. I was like, oh shit. And then literally within like a year or two of it being out, it just, it kind of became like who even cares? Um, I think it's going to be that amplified by like 5 times with Magnus, where, there's going to be the hype cycle. There's going to be the build up to it. You're going to see enthusiasts get really overly excited about it, making it sound like this thing's going to be the next best thing. And in reality, it's like, 10 people are going to buy it. And then Sony's going to do their thing. And, the conversation's going to be about, realistically, the conversation's going to be about PlayStation, Nintendo, and Steam. And I think Xbox is just going to kind of be in this awkward position of like, well, they will still be part of the conversation. I mean, it'll be part of the conversation here, no doubt. But it's just, it's just not going to do much for anyone or anything. Except, again, a very few select people who are just like, they just want, this is the Microsoft playbook, man. Make no mistake. I have followed Microsoft long enough to know I've watched it with so many of their products. This is 100% the Satya Nadella Windows Phone playbook, where at the end of the Windows Phone lifecycle, they just threw like one last thing out there. And I forget the name. What were they called? The Lumia phones or something? They had like one last big push for their Windows Phone. Kind of like what you saw with the Series X. And then it just died because like no matter what they said or did, like no one cared. And then after that, they were like, okay, we're just going to start putting all of our software on Android and Apple. And that's what they did. So what does that sound like to you? It's exactly what they're doing with their games. But eventually they did make, and I referenced this before, but they made one more device for the absolute die-hard freaks that would not accept that Windows Phone died. And they made like a Surface Phone. And that thing literally sold, I think, 10 units. But they made it because they know, like, oh my God, these guys won't leave us the fuck alone. Like, just make that one thing and release it one time and just let them have it. So they'll leave us alone. And they did. To their credit, they did. And I feel like that's what Magnus is going to be. Because I remember when Microsoft was pushing their Lumia phones towards the end there, like, yeah, the Windows Phone enthusiasts, like, they thought this could work. They're like, this is it. Like, this is going to be amazing. Like, Microsoft's really trying. They're not giving up. But everybody else, like, read the room and they're like, dude, it's over. Like, enjoy what you're getting, but it's over, man. Make no mistake. Like, it is over. And I feel like I'm watching a repeat of that, just rather than talking about smartphones and smartphone operating systems. I feel like we're talking about gaming and gaming platforms and gaming hardware. And that's exactly what we're seeing, man. This isn't even a matter of the fans. Like, it's not a matter of, there's something wrong with the fan base or, they're the Xbox fanboys. It's not about that. It's just Microsoft. We know who we're dealing with. That's the problem. We know who we're dealing with. Microsoft fans know who they're dealing with. So that's why when I look at Magnus, I'm like, you're out of your fucking mind. If you think this thing is going to be anything less than just a fucking overly marketed Windows PC. Powerful one. Don't get me wrong. Like, as long as you know that's what you're getting, you're going to have a good time. But I just feel like there's this level of slight delusion that still exists from people where they're like, nah, this is this is gonna like take on the PS6 or stomp the PS6 or so, and it's like, guys, it is over. It's not even like Sony won the console war. I'm just saying like the war's been over for a while, man. Like this is Microsoft just giving you an out. You know, that's what it is. Microsoft has basically been telling you for the last few years, like you could go buy a PlayStation. It's fine. You'll get more games on PlayStation than you do here. You could go buy it. It's fine. Oh, you still don't want to buy it? Okay. Increase the price of the Xbox consoles 2 times. This will be different. Yeah. And like, I know it sounds so bad. And like, I know that, listen, there are Xbox players that come to my channel and they get upset when I talk like this because they think I'm like trying to stomp Xbox into the dirt. And it's like, no, dude, Microsoft did that. I'm not like, I'm just telling you that like what is. I'm not saying it like I'm not trying to speak about it in terms of like it's subjective. It's not subjective. Like Microsoft did kill the Xbox console. What is subjective is whether or not you can still find enjoyment there. I'm not here to tell you can't. I'm just saying that I'm just saying Microsoft sucks, dude. Just flat out. As a corporation, like they're just fucking awful. And that's not to say Sony's so much better, Nintendo's so much better, but I'm just saying, considering Microsoft is on another level, they're also on another level of suck, man. And you could see that. Like Windows is burning. they're making this they're like the level of desperation they have to make AI work so they could be at the forefront of it is just sickening. And that's for all these companies, all the big ones. It's just a sad state, man. And I don't know. Ever since Microsoft corporate really took over Xbox, it just feels like it's become like, you know, I'm happy about some of the developers, like again, Playground Games, and I'm like, good on you guys, you know, and you know, talk about being excited for State of Decay, but beyond that, I'm just like, dude, Microsoft as a corporation, I hate the fact that they're like, I do kind of just hate the fact that they're involved in games anymore, like still, because I just feel like at this point, you guys really only can start to ruin this shit. Like, don't get me wrong, all these other companies in gaming are going to fuck things up and they're going to ruin certain things and they're going to make things worse. But it's just this, like, the behemoth that is Microsoft and seeing how they have obliterated things, bro. Like, just utterly obliterated things, many things in the past. And they just, like, walk away from it because, like, well, all right, whatever. You know, nothing we can do now. And I'm like, oh my God, like that's the type of weight that's going to start being thrown around in the industry now with these guys. So, you know, whatever, man, whatever. I just, we'll see what happens. I don't have like an axe to grind with the Xbox division, to be honest, or like Xbox games or even their studios. I don't really have an axe to grind with any of that because it's just, dude, I actually just kind of feel bad for them. I do. Like, I just kind of feel bad and like, bro, they are probably over there. They probably agree with me. They're like, yeah, yep, yeah. Dude, Phil Spencer probably agrees with me at this point where he's like, yeah, those motherfuckers after they made me cancel Everwild after I went on record saying that was my most anticipated game. They made me do that. I'm like, I bet they did. I bet they did. And that sucks. Like, that absolutely sucks, man. So, hold on. I think I missed a couple things here. MBG, it's like I tried to tell Alex Saturday. I was there. We want Xbox to go back to the 360 glory days. Yeah, I mean, I can't disagree with that, but at the same time, like I've given up hope on that entirely. It's just never happening. The most we can hope for is, again, man, just, well, I mean, honestly, at this point, the most we can hope for is Microsoft, not Microsoft, but the Xbox games division being able to keep their overlords happy, man. Like that's the most we can hope for. It's not even a question of hardware or sales, console sales or even subscription services at this point, because even then Microsoft just said fuck it, we're gonna do what we gotta do. I just you feel bad for people stuck on PlayStation? Well, why is that? When Xbox wasn't selling, they tried to make it like a whole industry issue, but the truth is the PS5 is selling well. It's surpassing the lifetime sales of Xbox 360 and Switch 2. Sales are also very solid. Well, yeah, I mean, the thing is, there are industry-wide problems. I think the ultimate problem was there wasn't enough room for 2. Or 3, I should say, actually. But I guess in this case, 2. This town ain't big enough for the 2 of us, right? I feel like that's straight up what went down between Sony and Microsoft. And, Sony won that one, but I don't know, man. That was weird to me. There's been, dude, I'm going to be honest, man, the PR cycles that I've witnessed in the last 4 years with Microsoft are a sight to fucking behold, bro. Let me tell you something. Like, as somebody who's been doing this for a long time, and I've seen it all, or most of it, right? To see the crazy PR cycles that Microsoft and Xbox have went through in literally just the past 4 years is like, just the level, like, dude, they gaslit themselves. They gaslit their own employees, man. I've never seen anything like it. And now I feel like we're kind of just at this point where the dust has maybe, I mean, we'll see. This is why I'm so curious to see how the Magnus is marketed and talked about, because I'm like, surely we're beyond this now, right? Like we're all on the same page now, right? But then I don't know. Then I see somebody say like, I feel bad for people who are stuck on PlayStation, and I'm like, dude, I think some people don't understand that people like PlayStation. Like, there are people that like Xbox, right? But I'm saying, when we talk about PlayStation, man, there isn't some weird situation where like Sony's holding a gun to the players' heads where it's like, you better. Like, no, dude, people who are playing on PlayStation are actively choosing to do so. People who are buying PlayStations are choosing to buy them. People who are buying Sony's exclusives are choosing to do this. And I just, I think there's a certain angle that people take where it's like, well, it's because they don't know any better. It's like, no, you'd be surprised. A lot of people do know better. They're like, it's just impossible for some people to fathom that, like, yeah, there are people that like to play on Nintendo. There are people that like to play on PlayStation. There are people who like to game on consoles and not PC. And it's like, that's not me saying Steam isn't superior. I'm not here to say whether Steam is superior or not. I'm just here to say that regardless of your opinion on Steam and PC gaming, or even Xbox and what they're doing, yeah, like, people are buying consoles and spending a fuck ton of time and money on them because they want to, because they like it. And it shouldn't be a conversation at this point. We're like, does the console and the console experience have a place in the industry? Like, yes, just like PC gaming does. Which one's better? I mean, look, man, we could go on all day about that. That to me is where it all gets subjective, But it's just, you know what I mean? It's like, just in reference to what was being said, where like you were talking about how there was kind of seemingly this like small push for a certain time there, where it's like, it's not just Xbox, bro. It's like, no, It really is just Xbox. Steam's doing fucking phenomenal. PlayStation's doing phenomenal. Nintendo's doing phenomenal. It's literally just Xbox, man. And I get it. Like there's a defensive nature where it's like, no, this can't be, but it's like it is. And there's nothing that can be done. You know? It sucks. We got a couple of direct donations. We have a Moonshot. He says, I've heard you say that Sony won't want to sit on PlayStation 6 hardware for too long because the contract is, quote, locked in. I think you're underestimating the scale of a contract of 100 plus million chips for anyone. I'm not saying it would be easy, but you better believe if Sony wanted, they could change that contract. You might be right about that. See, this is where I don't know the inner workings of these types of contracts. You know, like I've never been part of that. I don't know. I mean, I think there's logic to what you're saying, right? Because you're talking about a scale so large. It's a big deal for Sony. It's a big deal for AMD, where you can't just kind of like shotgun approach it. You have to really think about it. You have to make sure that you're not setting it up for failure. So I think like if it really came down to it, Sony probably could renegotiate something. But I think what complicates things is TSMC is involved as well. So it's kind of like Sony and AMD having a contract with TSMC. And so we got three parties involved. And when I think about that, I'm like, man, that sounds like a nightmare, you know, like a sudden change of plans. But, you know, maybe it's not unheard of. Maybe it's exactly what you're saying, Josh. It's the fact that like we're talking massive scale here. We're going to have to, you know, make sure that we don't just fuck this one up for everybody involved. But the thing also is I think now I could be speaking completely out of my ass here. A lot of people think I do that all the time anyway. But at least I'm prefacing it this time. My understanding is that TSMC, they are like one of the only chip manufacturers. And because of that, they are always booked. Like you have to really, you have to contact them like well in advance and like plan it out in advance. Like they're just always in demand. So I wonder if that's what could ultimately complicate things, is that like it's AMD would gladly be willing to like renegotiate different stuff with Sony and move over to a whole new like RDNA 6 or something if they have to push it back. But maybe the problem actually lies with the manufacturing side at TSMC, where it's like that's just going to be, you know, impossible to do, or it's like it's going to be, I don't know. I don't know. I'd have to do more research into that. I'd have to do more research into these supply chains and the manufacturing process. But do you guys play games together or just hang out and talk about how bad Microsoft is? We just talk about how bad Microsoft is. Yeah, fuck Xbox. Fuck Microsoft. Absolutely. Are you here to talk good about them? I just wanted to be known. Bro's like, what? He's like, wait, what? Fuck them. I was just kidding, by the way. Like, so I can't tell if people could tell I'm joking or not. Maybe I'm not. Rich Rod. Rich Rod said, dogs in the Discord and new banger in the Discord as well. You better check them out. Hey, that's up to these guys. All right? Listen, we got a single member gift today, which I'm thankful for. But, you know, I can't just be coming out here playing these songs. I got to incentivize. I don't know. We'll see. If we hit the goal, I'll play him. I'll probably still play him at the end anyway. But, you know, smoke him while you got him. All right. What were we talking about? I don't remember. Oh, sorry. Yeah, we were talking about the PS6 manufacturing. And Josh uses his 16-month member milestone saying Sony ultimately calls the shots and everyone wants that contract. Highly doubtful someone will crumple the contract and tell Sony to kick rocks. That's that's exactly what I'm going to do. Kick rocks, Sony. Fuck them. I don't know. Here's another thing we have to keep in mind, though, Josh. We do have to try to keep in mind that Sony also, every time they announce and release a new generation, they make a lot of money. But it's also very expensive for them to do it. I love The Last of Us. You can't ban me. Do not ban that man. Wait, hold on. What kind of Last of Us fan are you? Talking Last of Us 1 or Last of Us 2? I'm just kidding. If you say 2, I'm not going to ban you. I'm not going to ban you either way. You're not getting banned. But it just would be totally unfair if he says The Last of Us, he loves Abby, ban him. I'm kidding. Don't ban him. Don't ban that man. Let him live in his shame. Chat, what topic are we on currently? I want to join the convo and say Rich Rod type shit. We were talking about Magnus for a little bit. Now we're talking about whether or not Sony's actually going to seriously delay the PS6 and like manufacturing, and if that would be problematic or not. MBG, you're talking about PS6 while Rich Rod and Mrs. MBG are talking about dogs. Plenty of diverse conversations here. Yeah, I mean, it's pretty schizophrenic all around. You could basically choose your own adventure here. Whatever you want it to be, Mike. You know what, Michael? Why don't you just start up a conversation? What would you like to talk about? The Last of Us 2 story was phenomenally horrible. Dude, they're trying to get me on The Last of Us 2 again, bro. Ain't no way. I'm sorry, I like animals. Bipolar channel? Absolutely. I might be bipolar in real life. Maybe my channel is just a reflection of that. I mean, rather than hearing voices in my head, although I don't know if that's a thing that happens with bipolar, hearing voices in your head. But I was going to say, instead of hearing voices in my head, I just read the chat. It's basically the same thing. Play Thomas the Train. I'll only play it if we get memberships. Because that I'll have to cut that out later. And I'm only doing that if we get memberships. Also, Spider-Man Remastered clear Spider-Man 2. I agree with that. The story of even like replaying Spider-Man 1, like at the end, spoilers for Spider-Man 1, but like, you know, the final boss fight and his mask rips and he's like, you knew? I'm like, it's so good. Like, I don't know why. It hits so much better than the ending of, I don't even remember the ending of Spider-Man 2, bro. Like, I barely remember that. You don't know. There's still one more thing that Microsoft can hit you with, and that's State of Decay 3's cancellation. You shut your mouth, Irfan. Hi, boss. I hope your owners are nice to you. Well, great. You made me look at him. Now he knows what that means. Look at the way he's looking at me. He's like, there ain't nothing going on in there. Just look at his face. There ain't nothing going on in there. Now I'm just going to fuck with boss. What's going on? What's he getting all paranoid about? He's like, am I under attack? MBG, just to say, I'm banned from most of the Xbox channels. Really? For just saying hello. Oh, are you sure? Are you sure, Gaming Survivor? We tolerate these guys a lot more than they do in their spaces. Are you, Gaming Survivor, are you sure, though? I mean, I'll believe you if you tell me all I said was hello. I'll believe you. But I just have to question it a little bit, you know? Surely you understand. Any final words? See, this is what it would be like if Rich Rod was a mod. I really hope Spider-Man 3 is a Mary Jane standalone title. You're in luck. How'd you know? How'd you know that's the direction they're going in? All he said was, well, actually what I said was, hello, PS5 has more games. All I said was, hello, Xbox has no games. There ain't no way, bro. I find that so hard to believe. All I said was hello. Ban that motherfucker. I don't know. Does Gaming Survivor have a reputation around these parts? I'm just gonna start going in random people's chats and saying just the most unhinged shit. You know, where I'm just gonna go into an Xbox chat and be like, Xbox sucks balls, and then just leave. And Michael membership gift pack. He dropped the memberships, boss. Michael Wernick opens a 20 pack for you guys. He clearly wants to hear those songs. Michael.
Holy shit.
I did say I would play the song, didn't I? The train music. All right, guys, we got a member. Michael started the member train. I expect the memberships to flow like the blood of Xbox fans, metaphorically speaking, on the gaming streets. I love Xbox. Gaming Survivor's hype. What is that? No, that's the wrong thing. Why can't I find it now? What happened to it? Where is it? Bro, I can't find the Thomas theme. Full original theme. Here we go. Dude, I just want to see how Boss reacts to it now. Boss! 2 more packs. Oh my god. I feel like this music gets more cursed the longer you listen to it. And Mr. Benidorm UK does it. He drops another single. He takes us to 50. Not only do we feed the beast out of him. Boss, I am so proud of you. All right, I'm going to feed the beast in just a second, but I do need to take away this logo. We'll do the reps logo. See if we can keep it going. We'll see how far we go with it.
Boss, do you read me? It's time to feed the beast.
Do you understand? Do you understand this one? All right, Rich, where's your new song though, man? Because you is it Console Wars Ain't Your Safe Space? Also, Ghetto God, holy shit, that is some of the most cursed casting I've ever seen. Owen Wilson, is he supposed to be Raiden? Ben Stiller is Snake? Are you kidding me? All right. Here's a new Rich Rod banger. Oh, and I did miss a before I do that though, I did miss a direct donation from Josh. Oh wait, no, I did read that one. The one about Sony kicking rocks. Got it. And Gavin, a member for 33 months, says you have to get the theme tune for Postman Pat. You'll know why when you hear it. Postman Pat? Should I be worried? I don't know what that is. I've never heard of that. Oh man. Okay, hold on. This kind of does look cursed. Let's see. I'll play. I'll play this. Did you just get shocked? Boss, boss just got shocked. Oh no, my mic froze. No, my camera froze. He broke everything. Boss, you shocked my damn microphone stand, and now everything's all fucked up. What is going on? Okay, let's get him his treats before he destroys something else. For Rich Rod or Gaming Survivor, I need that song possibly remixed, but it's about MBG and his black and white cat. All right. All right. I feel like there was something else. Oh yeah, I got to play Rich's song now. Here we go. This one's called Console Wars Ain't Your Safe Space. Okay.
Yeah. It's that grown talk. Keep it gaming. Not degrading. Yeah. Alex on stream, all cap, all front. Talking about specs, but you ban, that's blunt. Console wars fake, but your morals off track. Cloud chasing drama just to cover your cracks. You encoding DMs, that's y'all, that's life. But don't drag your partners through that mess and that strife. Rumors in the air, heart stuck in the crossfire. Two scared dudes setting real love on barbed wire. This ain't a joke, this ain't your playground. You turn real pain to a meme for some fake clout. PlayStation doors locked, you can't stay. We don't need cowards in the lobby anyway. Keep your lies on PC, your cap on Xbox. Run from the truth, can't dodge these headshots. Alex and Cole, y'all love's on display, but you rather break vows and just say you ain't straight. You roast frames, but you frame your own fear. Sit on live panels, never once make it clear. Laugh on plot past, living half a life while your partner sit home, feeling that knife. Coat in the chat, you too coded in jokes. Secret side looks every time someone spoke. Both chasing clicks while your homes grow cold. Two grown men scared of what you already told. This ain't a joke, this ain't your playground. You turn real pain to a meme for some fake clout. PlayStation doors locked, you can't stay. We don't need cowards in the lobby anyway. Keep your lies on PC, your cap on Xbox. Run from the truth, can't dodge these headshots. Alex and Cole, y'all love's on display, but you rather break vows and just say you ain't straight. Love who you love, just stop with the max. Stop using partners as part of your act. You beg for a brand that you'll never get in, cause your character trash, not the box that you spin. It ain't the machine, it's the man on the mic. Turning real struggles to a punchline every night. This ain't a joke, this ain't your playground. You turn real pain to a meme for some fake cloud. PlayStation doors locked, you can't stay. We don't need cowards in the lobby anyway. Keep your lies on PC, your cap on Xbox. Run from the truth, can't dodge these headshots. Alex and Cole, y'all love's on display, but you rather break vows and just say you ain't straight.
All right, Rich, listen. We're going to have to pivot away from the gay stuff. I know it's going to be hard for you. I know it's going to be hard. Okay? We got to pivot away from the gay stuff and pivot closer to the bald stuff. The bald pregnant stuff. But be careful with the pregnant stuff, because knowing you, Rich, you will take that shit too far. Dude, did anybody see that boxing match where the dude got hit so hard his fucking toupee flew off? Dude, this was some of the funniest shit I have ever seen. He got punched so hard in the face, his whole fucking toupee came off. So no, it's Alex when he gets in a fight. I mean, come on. The timing. People are like, hey, we want to see those YouTubers box. I'm like, I don't know, man. I don't know about that one. I'm not a violent person. Bro literally got his wig split. But you know what? We will grow the stash. Eventually, it'll become great. Give it time. I need to like shave a little bit here though. So I'm like, I gotta get that mustache wax. Anyway. Yeah, pushing polygons. You and many others, bro. You and many others. Gaming Survivor. I will still play your song. I'll give it a little bit of time though. I think we need a hold on. Who crossed the line here? Joel got hit so hard by Abby, his hair came off. Now that ain't funny. That ain't funny. We do not disrespect Joel around here. Okay? You understand? It's like disrespecting our father. We don't stand for it. 2 wigs, 1 ring. We'll stay on top. Dude, that video clip was wild though, man. And like at the end, he was giving an interview and he just had this massive bald spot. It was crazy. Like, I would show it, but I'm pretty sure it would get struck. Because I did notice later on that anybody who was sharing that video, it got copyright struck. That was one of the funniest things I've seen in a while, though. I was like dying laughing. MBG in the Wolverine suit. Oh, I'm not going to be in a Wolverine suit, no. I'll be in something, but it ain't going to be a Wolverine suit. In time. In time. Yeah, Luna got treats. She got treats. Oh, she didn't get enough. She's getting thick too. a knock the wig off match WWE style. Let's not build The Last of Us 2 trap for MBG. Yeah. They're trying. They're baiting me. They want me to bitch about The Last of Us 2 again. I can't do it no more, man. I can't do it. In a Mystique suit? No. Oh my God. Hell no, dude. Yo, did you guys see did you see Ian McKellen? Because you know he's returning as Magneto in Avengers Doomsday. He just accidentally like leaked that he destroyed New Jersey the other day. And he was like, oh, perhaps I shouldn't have said that. This is what happens. You want to bring back the old dudes. They're letting it slip. All right. I think there was like one more topic we were supposed to talk about. By the way, yeah, shout out to Michael again. He dropped 20 member gifts for you guys. Really appreciate that. He opened the 20 pack. By the way, did Joseph get one? No, he didn't. He didn't. I'm pretty sure Joseph's never going to get a membership, dude. We've gotten quite a few, and he still hasn't gotten one, so we'll keep trying for you, man. Wolverine update during Summer Game Fest week, most likely. I'm thinking it's going to be before that. I mean, it could be that same week, but you were supposed to look in the Show and Tell channel. Oh, okay, hold on. So, bro, what in the fuck, bro? Are you kidding me? Oh my God. These are some of the most... Bro, okay, I just got to know, why is my belly hanging out in one of these? Why does that look so accurate? I feel exposed, bro. I don't even want to show that. It looks too real. Yo, Ray, Are you here? Somebody link the Discord. This is going to leak out of my Discord. Oh, no, man. I can show you one of them, though. Here we go. This is how I'm going to be showing up for the... I did tell him to opt in. I did tell him. Joseph's just going to have to continue to suffer. Sorry, Joseph. Here we go. Hold on. This is going to be me when the Wolverine State of Play drops, all right? What's up, guys? Boss is looking at my claws like, the fuck? And then when the next Call of Duty shows up, God, I'm gonna fucking regret bringing this one up. I don't know who made this or why. Call of Duty Modern Warfare 4. I love Microsoft. Get some. Wait. Oh, hold on. Dude, why is my belly sticking out? Who did that? Who the fuck did that? Why does that look so fucking real? Why does my head look a little bit bigger than my body, though? I'm ready for Modern Warfare 4. Slop Fair 4, let's go. AI was definitely not a mistake. I do not approve of this. What are you guys doing to me? I bet we see that on Twitter later. Absolutely. Next thumbnail where I'm featured in somebody's content. Boom. Hey. Why is it so accurate, though? That's just horrific. Yeah. I mean, look at these guys. Look at these guys. Who was this that put their, Denelli was being a lazy bug with me while watching a live stream. Oh, yeah, Fred. Where's your dog at? Let me see. Wait, Fred, where did he post his dog? I remember I saw an image he posted. I just don't know which, Hold on. Now they want me to show off their dogs. What do you got? You guys want me to just show off your dogs? Well, hold on. Okay. All right, hold on. I'm getting overwhelmed with Discord because I don't know what the hell I'm doing. This is what happens. Wait, oh, Fred, sorry, bro. That was you. I just saw F for some reason, and I'm like, who's that? Damn, bro. That dog is huge. I'm trying to get it. Hold on. All right, so this is Fred and his very adorable dog. Well, we have to get wholesome for a moment. Whoa. That's just wood. Hold on. That's just wood paneling. Hold on. I'm sorry. I wish the images could just be normal. There's Fred and his dog. But did you literally just take these now? Look at that dog. That dog's literally lying on your chest, bro. Very cute. I ain't showing Rich Rod's dog. I played his damn song. His dog's pretty cute. All right. Mrs. MBG wants to see Rich's dog. I'll show Rich's dog real quick. It's pretty cute. Here we go. There we go. Very big. There's Rich's dog. Rich is so normal. That's a bear, bro. To Fred's dog. Now, hold on. Let me see if I can find something for you guys, though. There was something I was looking for. My friend sent me this the other day. Oh, man. Okay. Hold on. Hold on. All right. I want to bring this up. In preparation for Resident Evil 9.
What do we do?
Your father trusts me. And I need you to trust me too. And do exactly as I say. I'm gonna get you home safe.
Okay. Okay, Leon.
All right. Let's get the hell out of here.
Okay.
I take back everything I said about PC gaming.
Get the ladder.
Okay. What do we do? There's no way out.
Yeah, this is the new Resident Evil coming out.
No way.
It's okay, I've got you. Hey, trust me.
Dude, there's no fucking way. Hi. Oh, man. Just when I thought my hype levels for Resident Evil couldn't get any higher. He isn't going to make it. I posted lore accurate dancing Leon meme in your Discord. That's what inspired me to find this. Dude, my friend sent me this yesterday and I was like, I was dying laughing, man. PC gaming. PC gaming is the best. Clearly. I mean, you can't argue with that. Carl says he needs a PC now. Oh, no. Yo, bro. Dear God, help us regulate AI. Who the fuck posted me? Who the fuck posted an Ghetto God AI version of me as Mystique? That's not okay, bro. You're taking it too far. Guys, hit that like button, by the way. We're at 137 likes. Dude. Well, yeah, keep the AI images flowing, guys. Just I don't know. I'm just waiting. Somebody's going to cross the line. You know somebody's going to do it. It's probably going to be Rich. That's why Rockstar Games won't release a day one PC port. Yeah, probably not. You're saying that's why the membership gifting gods have not favored Josh? Oh, he says he's a PC gamer. He does have a PS5 though. Josh, if you turn on your PS5 and kind of like pray to the Sony gods and the YouTube gods, I don't know, you might make something happen, man. No. I can delete any of these messages. By the way, I'm deleting that one. Ghetto God. I'm deleting it. That's right. Nerd BG. That's fucking cursed. All right. Can somebody do an AI image of me with really long hair? Just for me. That one's going to be just for me. I did it, Fred. That's right. You want to put me as a Mystique? Crossing the line. Wait. People are putting him in the wrong categories? Oh, yeah, you guys are putting it in the wrong category. You're all putting it in the show and tell. It's supposed to be the AI category. What are you doing? Meanwhile, Rich Rod's fucking spamming the AI category with his songs. Who joined our Discord, by the way? Irwood. Okay, we got... How many people do we have? We're like 100 now? Yeah, guys, you're free to invite others to the Discord, by the way. We're just, we're trying to grow it. Oh, Chopper Eric, that's you? Thank you, man. Yeah, the Discord's free. You don't have to be like a member or anything. Anybody can join. Just be respectful of the rules, although it seems like there isn't any over there anyway. So... Someone should do an AI of MBG inspired by Freddie Mercury. You said Eddie Mercury? Who's Eddie Mercury? You saw one with you with really long hair? Oh, man. That's some funny shit, dude. Hold on. Now I got to get this wig. Oh, why does my mouth look like that, though? That looks a little disturbing. I got something going on with my mouth there. Looking kind of unsettling, but here we go. Hold on, guys. I don't know why it's not. All right. What was that about me being bald? I don't think so. I don't think so. You keep that to yourself. It's an AI channel now. I don't understand Discord, so I'm lost. Yeah, I'm starting to get a better hang of it. But that's one of the reasons I didn't use Discord for like the longest time is because I don't know. It was like overwhelming me, but MPG critical. Yeah, that's there you go. There you go. Ray, Mrs. MBG said the exact same thing, that I look like Argyle from Stranger Things. Wait, is the screen frozen? No, I'm just communicating telepathically. So, it's all good. This is easier, though. I can do whatever I want. I love how Boss is just there. That's like the perfect image of Boss, though. Like, he's looking like, what? All right. Where are we at? What time is it? How long have I been streaming? I've totally lost. You look like a PC owner. All right, guys. I did have like one more topic I was supposed to talk about with you guys because I put it in the title. I'll keep it brief, but I actually do want to ask your opinion on this. I want you guys to tell me what you think this is. If you go to the PlayStation Store right now, there's something you can add to your wish list, and it's just called wallet credits. It was published by Sony Interactive Entertainment. It says announced and release date to be determined. And a lot of people have been sharing this on social media, and they're trying to figure out what this is. It seems like Sony's getting ready to announce something, I guess, at this upcoming State of Play. Some people are speculating this has something to do with like a new rewards programmer, something along those lines. But I don't know. I don't know if it's going to end up being that or not. We know that they did like PlayStation Stars, and Sony was like, F that, we're canceling it. And a lot of people were pissed. Yeah, it's published by Sony. I'll see if it'll... Let me know if this link works for you guys. Let me know if that worked. You wish they'd bring back game gifting on PSN? I mean, look, if they're going to go heavier and heavier into, the digital storefront, I feel like they got to do a little bit more. And I don't know if this has anything to do with it. But I remember with PlayStation Stars, I mean, people weren't like super stoked for it, but once people realized that they could save up points and use it to get like currency and buy some games, people really appreciated that. And then Sony was like, we're pulling the plug. You added it to the wish list. Yeah, I don't like, what could it be? I'm not sure what this is. MBG, Sony realized people were only buying store credit and not collectibles. Exactly. Yeah, they had to pull the plug on that shit. MBG, you're bald now. I'm literally bald. Dude, I mean, dude, it's real. That's a real picture. That's a real picture. That's not AI. Guys, test. Is this real or is this AI? Why is it automatically zoomed in like that? I mean, come on. That's real. That's real. That's not AI. See? You fucking see? That's real. It's real. This is proof that AI is getting scary, dude. Because that's it's actually an AI picture, but yet it may as well be 100% real. It's real AI. You guys are killing me with this. Yo, that Kratos one, the Leon one, looks fucking awful. That doesn't even look like me. Josh is going crazy with the AI. All right. See if you can have a little capybara on his mustache. Do it. Do it. Yo, I need to make that a soundbite. I've been saying that for a while. To do it. Another direct dono. Rich Rod. It's time to drop some member gifts, my friend. Help Josh out. Damn it, MBG, look at the AI channel. It's important. Really? Really? Is it important? Oh, Hellbound. Hellbound, he shared a picture of his cat. Adorable. Dude, I love black cats, man. Black cats are the best. I like your blanket, too. It looks like your cat's sleeping on like a big fish. That's just him without his hat. Yes, it is. Fucking A, dude. Whoa, whoa, whoa. I don't know if I can play this shit. Why am I... Dude, why do I look fat? Rich. Rich, why are you posting these videos and I just look fat? What are you doing? I don't know if I'm allowed to play that though, because like you have to click on YouTube if you're using somebody else's likeness through like AI. I mean, I guess I could click it. But I don't know what it does. I don't know if it changes anything. Yo, that's crazy though.
Not bad! Take this! Wrestling! How about that? Again!
Bro, I look like, yo, I'm not even kidding. Like, dude, you made me look like I have Down syndrome in that video. Like, dude, he made an AI video of me and Odo and Alex fist fighting, and like I look fat and not like me, bro. Why would like that doesn't help me? I mean, like you're hurting me, Rich. See what he's doing to me out here? Dude, that's so disturbing, man. That's so fucking disturbing. Dude, AI is something, man. You're looking at everything but the AI channel. Rich, that's literally what I'm looking at. I'm in the literal AI channel. Rich, I literally am reacting to the videos you just sent. I can't show them, though. Dude, I can't get over the one on the left. The still image. Like, I look so fat. All right. I'm sorry. I don't know if I could show it though. I have to look deeper into the rules of AI because YouTube has a bunch of stuff you have to click before you put out a video or do a stream. Like I'm assuming if it's AI of myself, it's fine. But if it's AI of other people, I don't know. Oh no, it's cool, man. They can have it, Fred. They can have it. They can have a good old time with it. You know, they're welcome. They're welcome. You know what? I think I'm going to do a podcast episode. Well, it's going to be me and like 5 Xbox content creators. And I'm going to debate all 5. I'm going to get jumped. I'll do it. I don't know if I'll do that. I don't know. But it's like by the end of it, like, guys, I think I'm going to buy an Xbox. All right. You don't have any hair. What is there for AI to do but draw a dome? AI is good at drawing circles. It's one of the first things you get a computer program to do. You're right, pushing polygons. You're absolutely right. Reality can be a harsh truth, MBG. That is true. That is true. I understand. But I appreciate you guys hanging out with me and having some fun. Guys, make sure you're hitting that like button. I know Michael, he didn't put you guys up to task today, but I know he wants the likes too. We're at 142 likes. We're 8 away from hitting 150. It really does help. These streams are going to stay out publicly. So, if you want to help out the channel at all, take a moment, hit that like button. And so we hit about like the 2.5 hour mark. We'll go for, I think we could go till like the 3 hour mark. We'll see if we can get any more memberships before then. Again, if you are a channel member, we will still be doing some exclusive members content. It's just going to be a little bit more spaced out, I might still do the member drop on those days. Like maybe we could just reserve doing like the member drop streams right before we do like a regular members lounge of some kind. Saying Xbox guys don't debate well. I've watched a few with King Thrash and Xbox guys just become incoherent. Yeah, it would be bad for me. I would just match them purposely. I would literally become just as incoherent just because I think it would make for some funny shit. I could. The thing is, I don't think I could seriously debate people about video games. Like in all seriousness. I mean, I don't know. If somebody approached me seriously enough, like, MBG, I'm here to tell you why Sony is literal trash from top to bottom. I wouldn't be able to take that seriously. I'd be like, yeah, man. Yeah, that fucking trash. What are they doing? How dare they sell 90 million units? Pieces of shit. Like, I don't know. I feel like debating about games, I think it can be good, but I feel like you can only take it so far. And I think it really depends on what the topic is too. Because if you're debating like platforms and the different ways they're operating, that can be really interesting. But I don't know, man. I think I just saw a quote earlier. It said something like, a person who believes they're always right will never learn anything, can never learn anything. And I was like, yeah, that's so true. Yeah, I saw he was reacting to the video I made about Alex, which was funny as shit. I was laughing. You know, it's interesting because like the one thing he had mentioned is about like me kind of like hiding my past a little bit, which I think is totally fair because I've deleted so much shit. But honestly, I deleted that shit because I was just not even embarrassed by it, but I'm just like I don't know. I guess it is a little bit of embarrassment where I was like, man, I don't want to be. I kind of wish I didn't delete it though, because now I'd be fucking dying to go back and look at it. But I deleted like so much of my early content, man. It wasn't bad or anything, you know. It's just like I have a few privated videos, some of my earliest videos that I ever made, and I remember watching them a couple months ago, and it was cringing so hard. It's like it's so hard to look back at like when you first start this stuff because you change so much and it's just weird. But I do have a couple of privated actually in-person videos, guys. Like I think I have one where I was unboxing an Xbox Series, not Series, an Xbox One S. I think I have one of unboxing a Xbox controller. I remember I had this one where I was talking about Metal Gear. So I have a few, but a wise man knows how much he does not know. Very true. Very true. Oh, Hellbound. That's a great picture. PS5 cat. Dude, your cat's so cute. What's your cat's name? Is it I feel like it's a boy. It looks like a boy cat. I don't know if I'm right though. Bart, that's amazing. That's awesome, Hellbound. Bart is very cute. Okay, so he is a boy. Yeah, I feel like you can kind of tell sometimes. You know, like they have I don't know how to explain it, but they just have like certain features. Bart the cat, very cute. Chilling with the horizon background. I like it. Dude, I love Black Cat. Yeah, ever since I got Luna and Venom. Oh, dude, those are some fluffy ass cats. Very cute. Yeah, I like bro. Joseph. You're set Joseph, god damn it. You are ruined. You are put that shit in the AI channel. Bro is like spamming different AI variants of me as people are trying to send me their adorable pictures of their cats. And you just get these horrific AI atrocities. Please tell me nothing important is on that paper. It's Bart's very important information, man. Well, Hellbound, yeah. I mean, I could, if you let me know, man. Who cares? I was on the Xbox 360 myself. The only good Xbox generation. I'm telling you, man. I think about that sometimes. I think about, like, what if they didn't fuck up the Xbox One reveal? Like, imagine how different things would be. I'm telling you, if they didn't mess up the Xbox One reveal, we would still be seeing Sony and Microsoft beating the living shit out of each other today. Hellbound's like, nothing important. It's Bart's cheat codes. He has his cheat codes written down for Horizon. Yo, if I take these pictures and put them into Google Genie 3, I could make them playable games. Doesn't that sound cool? That's members launch content. Yeah, I think like I don't know, man. I'm looking at what Ghetto God was saying or Gaming Survivor, and I just feel like I think the tough part is honesty a lot of times, you know? And I think it's not to say that people are I mean, some people just are viciously I don't know, yeah, I guess you could use the term viciously lying, but it's just I think a lot of people when you're in the public space and when you are doing this type of stuff, you know, everybody cares to a degree about their reputation. And part of that reputation is also linked to, you know, well, what is your content or, you know, what is your it's kind of like when a musician, right? Like a musician who's known to make a certain type of music in a certain genre and then they completely go somewhere else. I mean, like it's just a total opposite genre and it's like people lose their fucking minds, you know? And they're like, this is awful. Like you don't belong there. And it feels wrong. But at the same time, you see like a lot of musicians where it's like, you know, they hate certain songs that they made. Like they do not want to play them anymore. But some, it depends on, you know, it's just different. Like some musicians will literally just stick to what they know and they will play the same song, like their hit song or the hits for 35 years and then retire. And, you know, they'll just do it. Do they feel anything for that song anymore? Probably not. But, you know, there are other, and that's not to say there's anything wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that. But it's just other artists are like, I hate this now. Or like, I don't hate this, but like, I'm really getting to that point where I'm not feeling it anymore. I want to go over here. And it might make like no sense from a reputational standpoint or from a business standpoint, but from an artistic standpoint, it's what they want to do. And I guess I'm just using that analogy as like, I think if you look at kind of like YouTube and different spaces in YouTube, it's kind of similar where people can always go outside of their comfort zone and always do different stuff. But depending on just how far they go, you know, you build up an audience and that audience builds up an expectation. That expectation is bound to your reputation, you know, and the two kind of go hand in hand. And so I think because of that, a lot of times people end up struggling with even being like totally honest with themselves or, you know, more forward facing in that, like, I've tried to be, honestly, I've been so honest at times that it's practically been to my detriment, where there are absolutely times where it would benefit me to say this or that instead of that or this, just for the sake of, you know, this is my reputation or this is kind of what I'm known for, and I haven't. There have also been times where I've been put in positions where it would be maybe more beneficial for me to, even if it was like lie to yourself, like convince yourself you want to try this and try that. But are you saying you're starting a workout or music channel? No, maybe. I don't know, Michael. I might start blending working out more on the channel. But within reason, not like, hey guys, I'm going to upload my workout routine. Like, I'm not doing that. But I told you, I'm almost done finishing the basement here. And I have a monitor right here. And I turn the monitor around. And I realized that, like, at some point, I just have to figure out the microphone. Because this microphone, obviously, it's stationary. So I think I would have to hook up one of those, I don't know, they're like wireless ones. I think you like plug the USB cable in your PC and then you clip it to like your shirt or something. And I could literally just like stream while, I don't know, just like chilling, just like walking around my basement, just doing what the fuck ever, man. And I don't know. I know that's like a common thing that that's a common thing that streamers do. Like they just use the whole area. And I don't know if I'm going to go that far, but we'll see. We'll see. One of the things I was thinking though is I told you guys I have this electric drum kit. It's really old though, and it's starting to go. I was playing them last night, and some of the parts of the drums they just don't register anymore. They're just it's 8 years of beating the shit out of these things, and I'm really contemplating if eventually when I get the money, like when it's within my means, because I had it in my mind. I'm like, I'm just gonna get another electric drum kit. But I'm like, what if I went back to acoustic though? And that feels so hard to make that decision because I haven't played an acoustic drum kit since I was literally like a teenager. And I've gotten so used to playing electric. But I know it's not the same. There's nothing beats an acoustic drum kit. But I'm actually just kind of afraid of how loud it's gonna be. Like I have an amplifier connected to my electric drums, and that shit goes loud. Like that shit rumbles the entire house. And I'm fairly certain if you're standing outside my house, you can hear that shit. And I asked Mrs. MBG, I was like, you were around, obviously, when I was playing acoustic drums. You know how loud they are. I said, when I'm playing my electric drums on that amplifier turned all the way up, does it sound equivalent? And she's like, yeah. So I'm like, you know what? And I put all this like soundproofing up. Or like I put I put these foam panels all around my basement so it like dampens the sound a lot. I'm like really, I don't know, I'm starting to feel it. I'm like, maybe I will. I don't think it would be a crazy fancy acoustic drum kit because they can be thousands of dollars. But something halfway decent maybe at some point. I don't know when, but yeah, I don't know. It just kind of got me excited because I'm like, dude, I haven't played an acoustic drum kit in years, and I'll be honest, I kind of forgot how it feels. I heard that's a real thing with drummers. Like if you play electric drums long enough, you kind of lose a sense of what playing real drums feels like because the materials that electric drums are made out of and like what you're hitting and the mesh pads and stuff, it's more bouncy and it feels very, very different. And so you like to listen to me playing drums one day? Yeah, that's the one thing I wouldn't know how to. I tried hooking up this electric kit to my computer, and there's a bunch of different software programs, and I'm like, I kind of get it, but there's latency, and I started getting really pissed off with it, and I'm like, this is annoying the shit out of me. So I don't like if I were ever get an acoustic kit, I don't know. I don't really know how you would record that. I guess you would just get microphones. I don't know. I'm not an audio engineer, and I'm pretty stupid when it comes to this stuff. So I'm like the kind of guy that's like, it would take me a long time to learn it. I don't want to learn it, so I'm probably not going to unless I have to. I'm the kind of guy like set it up for me, and then I'll probably figure it out. I'll figure it out after the fact. Which maybe isn't good, but yeah. Start a GoFundMe. We'll hook you up, my guy. Yeah, I might. I was looking at this one kit. It's like a Pearl kit, and it comes with it. I guess it still counts. I don't know if it's a beginner kit. It feels pretty expensive for a beginner kit. It's like $1,100. I'm like, that to me feels more like an intermediate. I can't afford. I'm not trying to get like a monster kit. I could play a advanced professional kit pretty well. I think. Not bragging. I'm just saying I could definitely play it well. But I don't need it. I'm more about like it's not necessarily the tool. It's the person who's using it, So I saw this like Pearl kit. It was like $1,100 and it comes with hi-hat, it comes with 2 toms, a floor tom, snare, bass drum, 22-inch. You got the hi-hats, you got a crash, you got like a 20-inch ride. And I'm like, that sounds pretty good to me, man. Yeah, 66 Samus. I do watch him sometimes. I was just watching him the other day. He's really good. He's really, really good. Yeah, I'm not that good, dude. That guy's like pro. There are definitely a lot of drummers I watch where I'm like, if I really practiced, I mean, really, like if I took it seriously, where I was practicing every single day and I was really trying to learn different techniques, I think I could become that good. Cause I'm self-taught, you know, I just naturally, it was like one of the only things I just naturally knew how to do. I don't know if reincarnation is real or not. If so, I believe I was a drummer in a previous life because I just know how to drum. I just know. I mean, I don't know how I know, but ever since I was a kid, one of the things I would get in trouble with at school all the time, like literally, I would get in so much trouble, is I wouldn't stop drumming my desk. I was just sitting there drumming all day. And they were like, he has ADD, he has ADHD. It's like, no, I just want to drum. And then when I started taking music class in like middle school and high school, I pissed the teachers off so much because they're trying to teach music and like music theory and shit like that. And I'm like, but I just want to play that drum kit over there. And they would, you know, they'd be like, no, like, but I just want to play it. But yeah, man, I love music. I love drumming. I don't watch the Grammys, but I saw that band Spirit Box played at the Grammys, and I'm like, that's cool. Like it's cool to see like a metal artist actually, because you could tell like, dude, there's so much music today that's just fucking trash, bro. I'm sorry, but it is. Josh, you're gonna head out, man. All right. If we get any more member gifts before this stream ends, I hope you get it. Still be holding out hope for you. You just want to play double bass. I love double bass. Yeah, I don't know how good I am at double bass because I've only ever used low quality pedals. And I know with double bass patterns, a lot of it, like I know I just said it's about the person playing, not the tools, but when it comes to the pedals specifically, you know, professional drummers, especially metal drummers, they're using top of the line gear because it has to do with kind of the friction and the smoothness of it. And I have this, I don't know, man. I'm playing this 2018 old beat up electric kit. It's got a small little bass electric, you know, drum at the bottom. And I got this PDP. The brand is called PDP. It's like the cheapest entry model double bass pedal you can buy. And it's rusted to shit. And I can still do some pretty decent double bass patterns with it, man. And I'm like, listen, again, I'm not trying to brag, but I'm just saying if I can do some decently good sounding double bass patterns with that, I would like to think that if you gave me like the highest was like the Iron Cobra 600 or something or 900, I know there's like these Iron Cobra pedals that's like what the pros use, and you give me, yeah, and you give me like a proper kit, I'm pretty sure I could, like I'm fairly certain I could do some damage, you know, I could do some work. But then, you know, there's always these drummers I hear where I'm like, I'll never be that good. I could try, I'll never be that good. And also, I'm pretty stupid when it comes to math, right? So like, when we're talking about music, rock or metal, that's like kind of got weird time signatures, I always get fucked up. That's why, like, when I go to play Tool, I'm like, I don't know what's happening. I have no idea what I'm like. I don't know what time signature this is, you know? But yeah, I don't know. I was kind of thinking how like maybe as the year goes on, I might try to get more into drumming. You know who's also a drummer? Because I watch them every week. Sacred Symbols, Colin Moriarty, he has his drum set in the background. I'm like, that's so cool. Like, I love that. Like, I love that he has his drums in the background. I would love to do something like that. And that's cool that he's a drummer. Look at that. We both like PlayStation. We both play drums. I think he has a problem with trophies too. But I love, and you know who else is a drummer? A YouTuber, Jacksepticeye, one of the most famous YouTubers. He's a big drummer. He's like really, really good. And I'm like, that's just so cool. You should check out the drummer from, I'd never even heard of this band. Dude, you know who one of the craziest drummers is? In fact, this drummer is so crazy, I've never even attempted. I think I attempted like 4 times to try to play a song of theirs, and I'm like, nope. I forget his actual name, but the drummer from Meshuggah, what's his name? Dude, he's fucking nuts. Like, Meshuggah is crazy. Meshuggah is a crazy band, bro. I'm like, I don't even know what the fuck they're playing or how they're playing it. But when I'm like, okay, let me just focus on the drums, and I'm like, there's just some shit that I don't listen to because I'm like, this is just depressing me. It sounds that good. I'm like, this is impossible. Let me see this band, though. Let's see, who is this? I never heard of these guys before. Live drums from Area 53 Festival. This is from... All right, hold on. I don't know if this will probably get copyrighted, so I'll play it for like a minute, but I'm actually kind of curious to see this. I've never heard this band before. Are they like really heavy? What's their shtick? They look like they're dressed like World War I military or something. It's interesting. Hold on. I don't know if these guys sound good or not. I've never heard them. Oh, I like the sound of that snare. Going fucking crazy with the blast beats, dude. Damn, dude, that double bass work is crazy. Those blast beats were fucking nuts. I'm gonna have to check these guys out, man. I've never heard of them before. Shit. What band? Yeah, what was the name of that? I don't even know how to pronounce the name of this band. Oh, let me make sure I'm not getting any. He has a tiny snare and floor tom. Yeah. Cannon fiber. I don't know how to say that. I want to read it as cannon fiber, but I don't know if I'm saying it right. He is known as Machine Gun Hans. Are they German? German metal, bro. Cannon fiber. The cannon fiber. That's awesome. Yeah, El Estebario, right? I've seen a few videos of his. He's nuts. Yeah, dude, some of these drummers are so good. I'm like, geez, man. Like some of the beats that they play, the level of skill, but they make it look so fucking easy. And it's like, oh, man. It's always impressive, man. Lorna Shore's drummer's insane. Dude, oh my God. Yeah. That's where like I reach territory where I'm like, I don't even know what's going on. Thomas Hack, right? Is that how you say his name? Hack? My sister's high school best friend was Melody Portnoy, Mike Portnoy's daughter. She got to see him perform all the time at his house. That's so, dude, that's fucking awesome. Michael, that's actually sick, dude. Mike Portnoy, he's a fucking legend. I see him on Drumeo a lot, too. That's crazy. Well, yeah. I kind of feel like drumming now, you know? Dude, the thing is, I don't have my electric drums hooked up to the computer, so I don't know what it would sound like. The last time I think I made it way too loud, and my microphone was like, it was like picking it up, and it was really, it just sounded like ass. Even Mike says Danny Carey is sick AF. Dude, did you see the Drumeo video where they gave him that song? What was it? It was like one of the more recent Tool songs. It's like a 13-minute song. It has like some of the craziest drum parts ever written, and they're like, learn this as fast as possible. But Mike Portnoy, he did it, dude. And I'm like, that's crazy. I couldn't believe that. I'm trying to remember what song it was. I think it was called Descending. Is that the one? But one of them, they gave him one of these Tool songs. It was just like, learn it. And he actually did. He did it in like, I don't know what, like 6 hours or something. I'm like, that's a level of expertise that it's kind of mind-blowing. What's the release date for PSSR 2.0? So I was saying at the beginning of the stream, yeah, we kind of got totally off of PlayStation here, but I was saying at the beginning of the stream that it seems to me there's a pretty good chance that PSSR 2.0 could be announced at the upcoming State of Play on February. Why am I saying December? Why am I saying December? February 12th. So I'm not saying it's for sure. It hasn't like leaked, but we've been hearing that, you know, we've been hearing that basically this update is ready to be rolled out in Q1. So I'm thinking if they're going to do a State of Play, bro, Gaming Star, what are you saying? You can say you like the taste of poop. I can tell you you're wrong. I can't tell you you're wrong. Okay. Gaming Survivor's getting worked up again, bro. Gaming Survivor, he's got that, dude. I played that one fucking drum section of that song, and he's all revved up. He's ready to break shit. We got Limp Bizkit's break stuff playing in the background here. Gaming Survivor doesn't even know. He's like, I don't even know if I'm being trolled anymore. I've been in the trenches so long. I don't even know. I don't even know where I am no more. Oh, man. Oh, man. What is life, bro? What is life? Getaway IP deserves a second chance. I actually agree with that. That's one of the reasons I was sad to see. I was really sad to see that London studio got shuttered. I thought that they could have done more with it. But hold on one sec, guys. Sorry. Let's see. You think RE9 is a PSSR 2.0 game? I'm not sure. Like, that's the thing. I don't know if this is going to be one of these situations where it's rolled out like, and now it's out for developers to use, or if it's like we rolled it out to developers a couple months ago and here are some of the first games using it. I mean, I feel like it would be more successful if they come out and they're like, we rolled this out a few months ago and there are games like games that are releasing now and coming in the few months, they're all taking advantage of it. Or maybe they'll announce some games that, you know, were already PS5 Pro enhanced, but are now getting, you know, an improvement. Does any of us know where the conversation is anymore? We kind of went everywhere. Yeah, I mean, it happened again. You know, it happens sometimes. Listen. I don't mind when that happens as long as it's towards the end of the stream, like the last 45 minutes or so. I just don't like it when I accidentally go in that direction and we didn't even like talk about any topics yet. So I would say the first 2 hours of this show, give or take, are about the topics. The last hour has been all over the place. You know, my ADHD has infected the chat. Yeah, it's okay. It's okay, Fred. Detective Seeds reported that if a game already has a pro patch, it will get 2.0 day one. Oh, that's awesome. If that's true, that's actually amazing. Holy shit, that'd be huge. I hope that's true. That's good chat interaction, MBG. Yeah. Yeah. MBG, we're talking about a mysterious PS listing. Yeah, I guess I was. I don't know what else to say about it. Like, I thought there's always these topics sometimes where I think I'm going to have a lot more to say than I do, but then I'd only have like 2 minutes worth of stuff to say about it. And I'm like, I don't know where to go from here. It happens. This is one of those topics. I am curious to see what it is, though. I feel like it's going to be something really disappointing. Hold on, let me get rid of some of these tabs. So, guys, we're going to do a last call. Okay. We're sitting at 26 members, which I greatly appreciate. Thank you for hitting the main goal today. And, you know, we fed the beast. So I'm going to play Gaming Survivor's song. And, oh my God, Gaming Survivor's out here quoting Gladiator, bro. This guy is revved up. I'm going to play it. Gaming Survivor, do you think you could send it to me one more time in the chat? I accidentally clicked out of it. And while we're doing that, I want to encourage you guys, if you want to gift any more, if you want to drop any more support, if you want to pump up those numbers a little bit, feel free to do so. It all helps. But I do owe Gaming Survivor this song play. I played Rich's, right? Was it Rich Rods? Yeah. MBG, are you looking for mesh or rubber pads for drum sets? You're talking about electric drums, right? I mean, if I were to buy another electric kit, I definitely prefer the mesh. I just like the way they feel a lot better, and they're a lot quieter. I'm not a fan. I don't like the rubber feel at all. But the real question is, if I do an acoustic kit, what kind of drum heads I want to get. I forget the names. Like, I just know the different sounds that they make. There's some terminology I'm not really too well versed in, but there's like the solid white drum heads, and they're more, I don't know, they kind of have a more bright kind of pop sound, right? But then you have like the clear ones, and they usually give like a deeper, more like resonant sound. And I'm not sure which ones I would go with. There's a lot to it, man. I mean, drums, there's so much to learn with any instrument, really. You look for some sets and send them on Discord. Well, thanks, man. Yeah. Don't know if hey, I'll open a P.O. box. Guys, just send me over a kit, you know? What happened to High Guard? I don't know what happened to it, man. I think it's just... All right, here we go. So, guys, this is Gaming Survivor's song. We're going to try to get to 30 members as we play this song. We'll see. We'll see if it'll work or not. Here's hoping. Yo, okay, hold on. Before I play this, guys, this is a 4-minute and 51-second song. Gaming Survivor, you're killing me over here, bro. Almost a 5-minute song. So we have plenty of time. Okay, that's plenty of time to get 4 more memberships to round it off at 30. I'll leave it to you. Let's hear. It's called Micro Slop. Suck it. Oh, sorry. That's not what it's called. That's not what it's called. Micro Slop. Stuck it in. Oh, my God. Okay. That's why you know what? Hold on. Gaming Survivor. This man has basically become Rich Rod 2.0 overnight. Dude. Oh, man. I can't promise I'm going to play this whole song, bro. Holy shit.
We lined up in the dark for you, saving paychecks, chasing that logo, arguing online like it mattered, calling strangers names over shadows. You promised us the future, friend, plastic thrones, green and silver crowns. We wore your wars like jerseys, while you sold our hometown. Microslop stuck it in the bag while we were waving little flags. Delusional dreams in a discount cart tore the barcode off my heart. We were busy fixing someone else's throne while you burned the bridge we called our own. Now the only thing I'm loyal to is the truth that you outgrew. They said the grass was greener there on that high-res, high-priced hill. We fought about whose frame was faster. You were counting someone else's till. Watched you shake cold silicone hands, saw you trade our faith for a graft. We were typing manifestos, you were cashing out our past. Microslop stuck it in the back while we were waving little flags. Delusional dreams in a discount cart tore the barcode off my heart. We were busy fixing someone else's throne while you burned the bridge we called our own. Now the only thing I'm loyal to is the truth that you outgrew. Yes, a box is just a box when the match slips, when the deal drops. All those colors on the screen can't repaint what you did to me. Microslop stuck it in the back while we were waving little flags. Delusional dreams in a discount cart tore the barcode off my heart. We were busy fixing someone else's throne while you burned the bridge we called our own. Now the only thing I'm loyal to is walking away from you alone.
Well, boys, I think we got our new intro. God damn. Gaming Survivor, you just have a way with these ballads. I'm going to need more of those ballads, Rich. Or sorry, Gaming Survivor. Rich, please, God, don't ever do a ballad. That's the last person I want to hear a ballad from. But I see that during that beautiful, beautiful song, we got a single train going. Let's see, who kicked it off? Polygons. Bro, we got one from Polygons, one from Fred, another from Polygons, another from Polygons, and then another from Fred, and then Polygons. They were basically going back and forth, and I'm happy to report to you guys, we did it. Not how I made it all dark. We got to 32, guys. Thank you. Thank you so much. Let me make sure the counter is accurately reflecting that. So you have, if anybody else wants to drop any more singles, if you want to open any more singles, and did Joseph end up getting one? Still not yet? Nope. Still not. Well, you guys are trying. God knows you guys are trying. You got approximately 2 more minutes as we approach the outro here. But thank you guys, seriously, so much for that. And we're sitting over 152 likes, which is awesome to hear. Yeah, Perfect Image. I got to try to play some of yours too. I'm sorry, man. You got a song for me to match? What did I tune back into? MBG reflecting on his Xbox days. Gaming Survivor. I only have one request. When you do future ballads, try to keep it less, try to make it less sexual innuendos. I have, like, Rich still hasn't gotten the message that we're trying to move away from that. Hopefully he'll get it. But just move away from that. You can make it about Xbox. But yeah, I got to be careful with how far I go with those. One of these days, man, YouTube's going to catch me slipping. But yeah, dude, I like the ballads. I like the ballads. You know what? Actually, hold on. I want to see if I could do something. And Perfect Image, you're saying you got one for me. I'll kind of leave it to the audience. I could play one more. I want to see if I can get like a candle going though with my light. I think I can. Hold on. Yeah. I think I can make it like flicker though. We got to really set the mood. We got to really set the mood here. Hold on. There's a bunch. Oh, here we go. There we go. Gotta set the. I should have done this before. Damn it! That's the one thing I forgot to do. We got the candles going, boys. All right, so perfect image. Now, are you saying that your song is similar to Gaming Survivors? Did you send it in it's a rap. Profound rap. Wait, hold on. I set the tone all wrong. It's more hip hop. This was an ode to Rich Rod Suck It from the back. Perfect image. Can somebody get me another ballad up in here? I feel like we need something sad and slow. Because I like perfect image, I'll have to save yours for when. Well, I don't know. I mean, like, maybe, hold on. What other, hold on. Perfect image. I might be able to do this. Let me see. Now it's not even working. There's like a bunch of different settings. I could maybe find something crazier. Rainbow. Party time? I mean, I guess that's kind of cool. You're saying the Barry White move? Wait, Vegas? What's Vegas? Okay. Maybe we could do Vegas. Got to get the lighting just right, you know? Oh, man. All right. Here's a perfect image. If you guys want to continue a single train while we listen to this, by all means, feel free to do so. But let's give it a listen here.
In a world of light and shadow, controllers in hand, we wander through dreams built by the maker's plan. No war in these halls, just respect and awe. Games as our canvas, magic as the law. XBOX.
To rent, to bet, let it fly.
Fable returns with stories stitched in gold. Choices that ripple, destinies unfold. A tavern, a sword, laughter in the rain. Yet imperfection hums a reminder all journeys have strain. A rating B, but ambition breathes through the lines. A world alive where hope and humor intertwines. Could it be game of the year? Perhaps someday. But for now we walk its path, come what may. Fire forged, channels breathe. Every puzzle a whisper, every fight a wreath. Crafted with care, yet yearning for more. World's vast, yet the horizon tempts the lore. A spark of brilliance, a flame in the night. Rating B, but it trembles toward light. We linger, we ponder, we chamber a clue. Kill reminds us the old can still feel new. Down! Flames ascend! Beast of reincarnation, ambition unbound. RPG vistas where our hearts are found. Monsters, myths, legends in the mist. A canvas of dreams impossible to resist. Rating B for now, but the horizon stretches wide. Could claim the crown if the fates decide. Grand stories, deep worlds, a soul in each frame. A testament to imagination, not just a name. Flies a horizon 6. The earth flies beneath our wheels. Open roads, radiant skies. Every curve reveals day one thrills, yet more than adrenaline song. It's freedom, it's journey where we belong. Rating B, but vision burns bright. Could be game of the year. A ride through light. Playground game spins the world, precise and true. Every turn, every drift, a story anew. And yet beyond these walls, wonders await. Sony, Nintendo, what dreams do you create? No battle, no clash, just anticipation for the love of the craft, the art of imagination.
testament to the visions these makers unfold. Rating B today, but their hearts are profound. Possibilities endless, innovation unbound. XBOX. For intellect, let it shine.
We hold controllers like compasses, pointing to skies, exploring, dreaming, chasing the prize, rating B, but the soul of these games is clear. Xbox Direct, we ride toward wonder, not fear. Feel peace.
They sold their heart for a plastic crown, left their roots in a ghost town. Where's the fight? Where's the flame? Halo's gone and the stars don't shine. Xbox dreams on a fraying line. It's a sad and hollow time. Joysticks breaking under old regret. Pixel tears on a screen that said the soul they had's been traded yet. Master Chief's gone to the other side, left the battlefield to hide. What's a console without pride? Halo's gone and the stars don't shine. Xbox dreams on a fraying line. It's a sad and hollow time. They lost the war before it began, left us with a broken plan. The game we loved has left our hands. Whoa. Halo's gone and the stars don't shine. Xbox dreams on a fraying line. It's a sad and hollow time.
All right. That's the new intro. Clip it and ship it. It's the vibe shift. Oh, man. You know, all I really need is a cigar. We'll do a final recording. I don't have one now, but I'll get one. We'll do the cigar. Final take. Hold the lighter up. All right. I feel sorry, dude. The Genius 200X, he came in, he's like, bro, what the fuck did I walk into? I feel so sorry for the people that are like just tuning in and they're like, I'm out. Like, they're just like, I'm out. I don't know what's going on. I'm out. A cigar and a single malt scotch. I got plenty. Open that P.O. box and I will supply those cigars. Yo, I'm about to do that for the cigars, bro. Yeah, I'm not like a cigar aficionado. Definitely not. But I have a lot to learn. I always like cigars, though. I think, you know, I might be reaching that point. I might be reaching that point where, guys, I'm this close. I'm just going to be coming in with a cowboy hat. Maybe not a cowboy hat, but some kind of top hat of some kind. A different hat. A twirled mustache. And a cigar. The hoodie wouldn't really match that, though. All right, guys. I think that's going to wrap it up, though. Somehow I ended up extending this by like 30 minutes, which I didn't necessarily mean to do that. But thank you guys for the final member gifts we got. 32, really appreciate that. As I finish this out, though, I want to give a shout out to Devil Shooter, who is, as usual, doing the timestamps for the streams. So if you guys see Devil Shooter in the comments with those timestamps, make sure you give him some thanks and show him some love. Devil Shooter, thank you for what you do, man. See y'all in the Discord, yeah. Got people in Texas. We can get you an authentic hat. Oh, damn. It's a little intimidating, you know? Sometimes I get writer's block with AI, bro. Some days I sit down and can't think of the right prompts. No pressure. There's no pressure, man. You just gotta let it flow when it's gonna flow, you know? Guys, again, as you're heading out, make sure you hit that like button if you haven't already. And I did put out a news video earlier. If you didn't check that out, you know, it covers all the topics in a really concise manner. You can go check it out. And that's it. So we should be back here tomorrow with some more content, some more craziness, I bet. And so guys, please enjoy the rest of your day, night, or evening. I'm out. I will catch you all in the next one. Until then, take care, everyone.